No Jumper back, you know what I'm saying? T-Rell. And I got my boy AD with me, you know what I'm saying? Co-hosting what he hosting today. And I got my lovely friend here, DeJon, yeah.
DeJon, he's back.
And y'all know him, you know what I'm saying? From the No Jumper clips, he made it from our crazy moments. And he was one of our crazy moments. And, since that day, it's been a lot of talk in the office about that, just that certain situation that we had and that conversation that we had, and it's been going. It's an ongoing thing since that. It's been a sensitive topic with some people, and it's been some people accepted what's going on here because a lot of people came from different situations to where they were bosses, but if to put it into a little bit more context,
he cracked it off over here.
He definitely cracked it off over here.
Everybody's still talking about it.
And what stuck out in that interview was he called us employees.
In retort.
And he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying.
I called you guys employees in retort to your statement. Your statement was, instead of focusing on them, I should do a podcast.
Yeah.
And I should do a YouTube channel. I've been podcasting and doing a YouTube channel since 2020.
Uh-huh.
So I said that in retort to what you had said, and I wasn't focused on them. You guys brought these individuals up. So that's how that transpired, but I'm glad it happened because a lot of good came from it.
It did.
What good came from it on your part?
It did.
No, I just want to
go ahead.
What good came from it? I see a lot of young black people in the greater Los Angeles area stepping up in areas of ownership, black entrepreneurship, black enterprise, and that's what I'm pushing for. Via Dan and Lane magazine, a black-owned platform, and the LA Rap Report card.
So what do you say, to the people that work for you? I mean, is it like is it something that they should be frowned upon with, or should they be able to go? Are you preaching and teaching them to go start their own platform?
Of course, obviously, as well as when have I ever denounced or made it seem like it was a negative thing to be an employee? I never said that. I said a preference or boundary with you, which was I don't take corporate consulting from employees, meaning someone who didn't research their guests to know that he had a podcast can't tell me how to run my platform. That's all that was. It wasn't a denouncement of employees. Nothing wrong with having a job.
And I think that we took it. We both took it.
Don't say we.
I took it.
All right.
Offense to that. You know what I mean? Because I was like, is he coming over here trying to shit on us? And
why would I do that?
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I said I'm gonna apologize to you as black man to black man at the end of the day. And I didn't want to just do that shit on Twitter because I was thinking about that and like as times that that ain't one of my grandest moments, and that's not what I want to push out there to the people, especially people of color. When they see this, we supposed to be able to talk to each other with words and stuff like that. And I didn't like how that was betrayed. And it was like, all the shit that people say about us, it's like, damn, y'all is that. You know what I mean? When you sitting there and carrying yourself like that too, because, you just giving your opinion on this is, a lot of people getting bent out of shape. Yeah, they could take it as disrespect, but at the end of the day, this is your opinion and you deserve to be able to say what you feel without having to feel like somebody is, everybody attacking you and stuff like that.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? And, it wasn't until later on, even academic said it. He was like, listen, you guys are an employee, no jumper. AD, you a boss at Community. T-Rell's a boss at Back on Fig.
Absolutely.
We got other, things that we're doing that we're bosses at. But yeah, the truth of the matter is, in this office, we are employees at shit. You know what I mean?
And there's nothing wrong with that. Shout out and respect to every employee here. Again, I was just saying, I didn't come here to take corporate consulting from one. I came here to be interviewed by one. And that was all. It was just a boundary. That's all it was. A boundary thing. And we're allowed to have those.
So, given the fact you did come here, what good came out of being interviewed? I mean, even though it didn't go exactly how we wanted it to go, but it was good that did come out of it.
Yeah,
but,
a lot of good.
Yeah, so
lot of good
on your side, what did you experience?
I experience every day. People stop me like, "Hey, man, I watched your No Jumper and the way you represented black men, the way you represented black business people." I got stopped in Shake Shack by the security guard not too long ago. He was like, "Man, I was just watching your episode today." I'm like, "It came out a year ago." So just things like that, being stopped places, the outreach, people reaching out via DM, email, text, all that. Just the love I got from it, as well as I want to say more people find out about the report card, which is important because this is me trying to get LA rappers to improve in these key areas such as lyricism and cadence, flow, consistency, stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like that. I mean, I thought we did some good, you know. I mean,
A lot of good.
Yeah, a year ago, it's crazy. Man.
Don't
I
even
feel
seem like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it seem
no.
like I just seen your ass, bro. That is crazy. Like, yeah, no, I like that. You feel me? And it's been a lot of good too. A lot of people a lot of people do come up to me too, and they talk about that. And they was like, man, that young brother, man, he was on your ass, man.
Yeah, everybody.
He was
People like
doing
to
this thing.
instigate.
Yeah,
You shook some shit up though.
No,
I ain't gonna lie,
it
for
was
sure.
true. It was true. He
Respect.
was like, that young brother was on your ass. He was saying some good stuff. He know his stuff. You know what I mean? Y'all should be, you know what I'm saying, talking to him more and this and that and the other. But a lot of my friends, family come up to me and saying that shit, and they still like, you know, going back to the interview and you know, because you got a good concept going, you feel me? And it does shake up some shit like in Los Angeles, and you know, the rappers are paying attention whether or not they say they do or not.
Okay.
They are doing it, you know what I'm saying? They are paying attention because I've been fell up into some studios, you know, and asked niggas about it.
For real?
Because I didn't know how much it you know,
Affected people.
affected rappers in general because, you know, a lot of motherfuckers be like, shit, I don't know nothing about that shit. I'm like, no, you know. And I bring up the site, right? I'm like, here you is right here with the thing. Look. And I'm showing them the whole little layout. They was like, well, I seen it. And that's because this and that and the other. And I respect it because I ain't dropped nothing. So a lot of artists, I ain't gonna say they don't say nothing, but they do respect it because they know what they're doing and what they're not doing. So, you know, to that, I say keep going with that shit for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. Well, this year is a little different from last year. Last year, people that was on it, artists that was on it, had issues, but this year was artists that were left off that were more vocal about their dismay, which was crazy because it's like I didn't even grade you, so what do you have to say? But it was a lot of artists upset that they weren't on there, felt like they should have been on there. But I did maybe 56 names as front and back this year, so I did like a double up. So I included even more artists than I included last year. You can't include everybody. I can't grade every single artist in Los Angeles County, so I just did my best on that front.
Let me ask you, what does LA music mean to you, really?
It's everything. It's my oxygen. It'd be an empty world without LA rap for me. It's just something I cut on and I feel better about myself. I feel better about the world. It's life. I've done nothing else. I've always worked in it. It's like somebody that works at ESPN. Like, what is sports to them? You get what I'm saying? It's just this is my everything. I can't see myself. I see myself doing other things eventually, but right now today I can't see myself doing anything else. Like, I'm not too interested in other things outside of LA rap right now in this moment. I can't speak for 5-10 years from now, of course.
Who's your favorite LA rapper of all time?
Dom Kennedy, YG, and Nipsey. It's like a holy trinity.
Okay, yeah.
I rock with that.
Yeah, because YG's not looking too good on this list, but we'll get there.
We gotta get there. We gotta get there.
Things fluctuate. But
Yeah. Don don't get enough credit either.
How do you feel about LA radio?
I feel the same way I felt during the last interview. They played about maybe 2-3 LA rap songs since then, I'm sure. So, you know, fuck a lot of people up there. Fuck them. That's how I feel about them. And, you know, when you interview them, ask them about them. But fuck them. They not playing y'all records. And I think what I will say is I'm going to take this from them. Tomorrow when I get up, I'm going to post Meg Thee Stallion. I'm going to post Cardi B. I'm going to post Future. I'm going to post Lil Durk. I'm going to post all these other artists from different regions. And then I'm going to see if I get the same respect and grace that you guys, not you guys specifically, but that the city gives LA radio DJs.
So how do you feel? So, okay, you a smart guy. You know how LA radio works and stuff like that. It's a business. So, like, what do you say to the people who are employees that are just going to their job and they got a sheet of paper with, you know, was it 20, 30 songs that they have to play?
Right.
They have to play those
one
songs.
One of them is from LA. Maybe one blast record.
One may slip through the cracks, but, you know, in the same sense, they're going to their job. They got to do what they got to do to take care of their families.
Right.
Who's actually going to be the person that renegades the system? The minute they do that, they're going to be unplugged. So what do you say to the, you know, the people in radio positions and stuff too? Because I feel like people in radio, they do the best that they can sometimes. A lot, actually, I ain't gonna say sometimes. A lot of times they do the best that they can, and I don't think that they have the power. I think if it's anything, we need to get at iHeart. We need to get at these other people that are facilitating the radio stations.
Well, give
and
them
doing
up.
that.
Give them up. That's what I say. I say give up their names, give up their email addresses. Let us know who we can contact to get more LA music playing on LA radio. It's called Power 106 LA. Like I said, my platform's called AD and LA. So if you go to my page, it's going to be LA rappers on it. It's not going to be Meg Thee Stallion and Future and Gunna and different people like that because it's AD and LA. So Power 106 LA, 92.3, the real LA. Should play LA rap music. That's what I'll tell somebody who works at a LA radio station. You guys should play LA rap music sometimes. Just give it a try, maybe.
And I can honestly say, just speaking for myself, I probably wouldn't even have this position right here if I didn't get on, LA radio and you know what I'm saying, being able to get an interview, with Adam to even say, hey, I want you to be up on that podcast and stuff too. I know RJ has broke through the cracks because of LA radio. YG, most of these people on this list has had the help of the LA radio DJs and had them, helping them as much as possible.
Well, let's take a break, pull out our phones, go to mediabase.com.
That's true.
Sign up for an account like anyone can, and let's log in to see the last time they played the RJ record. RJ dropped the album. Let's see how many spins they gave RJ's last album, Ronnie Brown Jr. LP. Let's see it. Let's see how many spins they gave Joe Moses' last project or G Perico's last project. We can see this. We can log into mediabase.com, make an account, and see these spins. They aren't there.
I mean,
I don't want to talk about 10 years ago.
Were you picking in? Were you a part of the,
Yes, I was.
You were up there picking in. So what did that actually accomplish for you?
It made me feel great. It made me feel like I was taking a stance and I was standing on my opinion. I had a big Power 106 hates black people sign, and I was marching out there.
Hold on. Let me go back around so the people, if you don't know,
don't know what happened.
My boy put together the whole little, you feel me?
There were other people
put the
involved.
community together.
Involved, but yes,
and he led up there to power. Power
106.
Power, you know what I'm saying? And it was
LA.
holding up the signs because he's sick and tired of the radio not supporting the LA artists.
Or having black
and having black media
DJs,
people.
black media people. Where's the black morning show? They had DJ Artistic up there one time. They had DJ Charlie Cinco up there one time. But they're giving people of other races entire morning shows and whatnot to talk about black music. But where are the black people up there talking about black music?
Are the black people like submitting applications?
I personally filled out black DJs applications for Power 106 FM.
For black DJs?
Yes, myself. I filled them out for them. Like, hey, can you help me with this job application? Can you do my cover letter? Can you do my resume, XYZ?
So is this just Power 106 or is it both radio stations?
92.3 has made more attempts, but they...
Because Bad is over there right now. Trying to think of who else is over there.
Again, I wasn't outside 92.3. I was outside of Power 106.
Yeah, but even, and speaking of Power 106, one of our own is over at Power 106 now. Brown Bag, they got that thing going on right now too. I think like a lot of times people get misconstrued is that this is, the business of it. And maybe the passion of it is not there for everybody in the DJs, but the business side of it is like, they pull the plug on people fast as hell if it don't work. They switch out DJs like crazy. They don't even give them any warnings. And, people are going to try to do their best just to be like, all right, let me make these people happy. Let me read my sheet. Let me go do my job and come home and stuff like that, too. And, I feel like DJ Hed, I know how you feel about him.
I don't want to talk about him.
Well,
fuck him. I don't want to talk about him.
I got to say it. DJ Hed, to me, has been a person who's been trying to pioneer and help LA artists get to a higher plateau, even if you don't seem like that to you.
I see stagnance. I see him being a hindrance. I see him wasting y'all time. I see him leading y'all in the wilderness for 10, 15, 20 years. But if you like complacency, please go ahead. But like I said, fuck him. I don't want to talk about him.
Like you said, it's not a lot of black people, but there are black people. You feel me? But
that are up in their age, been there for 20 years. But then again,
what does that have to do if you have hip hop knowledge on hip hop and somebody can converse with you and go back and forth with you on a hip hop knowledge? What does race have to do with that?
Race has to do with, we're black men. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking about the advancement of black men and black women and black race. If you're black and you wake up and you think about the advancement of other people's races, that's great. When I wake up, my calling is to uplift and encourage and motivate black people to do better in the greater Los Angeles area as it pertains to fields of entertainment and enterprise. So that's that on that. It's nothing wrong. It's people of all races and all walks of life love hip hop. That's great. But what's wrong with seeing more? I'm not saying have less other races cover hip hop. I'm saying let's have more black media representation. What's wrong with saying that?
That's fair.
That's all I've been saying.
That's fair.
For about
super
4 or
fair.
5 years, that's all I've been
That's
saying.
super fair.
I've never said fire anyone non-black covering hip hop. I said hire more black people to cover hip hop at the radio station.
And I think that's kind of what people like, especially with the protests. I think the protests went from, a good message, let's have more black people in the office, to it being like black versus Mexican thing.
Oh, it shouldn't be a versus thing. More black. I'm pro-black. I'm not anti anything. I'm pro-black. More black people. I want to see more black DJs have jobs at Power 106 and 92.3 so they can have their own morning shows. They could curate conversations from an African-American perspective. I would love to hear, like you have the Brown Bag podcast with 3 Hispanics talking about black music. I would love to see a show with 3 black people talking about black music.
But if you can cover black music and you're knowledgeable in a situation, of course, because if you put Letty in this room with you and Letty, I'm gonna pick Letty any day.
And that's great for you.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people might want to hear. Some people might want to see from a black person's perspective.
She has knowledge, and I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, well, she has knowledge of black music. I'm black. How about that?
But what does that matter?
It doesn't matter to you. That's great. To me, it matters, obviously.
You know what I'm saying? What is that? And they're not entitled. These big companies and these people are not entitled.
Excuse me. 3 or 4 years ago, she didn't get on Twitter and say, Miss Letty didn't get on Twitter and say, if I was program director at Power 106 and I could show this tweet, I will hire Rosecrans Vic, Cypress Marino, and Duno to do a show. And I responded to her, there's already enough Hispanics at that station. Where are the black people? Just when they get
when they
get in positions of power, they bring on their people. When we get in positions of power, like you just said, I'm a pick Letty. That's how black people think.
But why you didn't go pick it at? Why you didn't go pick it at a Big Boy? Why you didn't go pick it at 92?
Why didn't go pick at Big Boy?
Yeah, why you didn't go pick at 92.3? You know what I'm saying? Go up there and tell that nigga to go hire all the black motherfuckers.
He needs to
because he leading the show. He was at 92 leading the show. Then he left that motherfucker, went over here. You feel me?
I got Big Boy.
Power. Then he went to 92. He leading the show.
Even when he was at Power 106.
Big Boy tap dances too.
He's submissive
and passive and docile too.
I mean, but when you get up in there, you got to do your job. You got to do what you told. You feel me?
You got to play the game. I know.
You got to. And when you up in there, you got to do what you got to do. You feel me? But you got to pick your homies. If you was in there, you'll pick your people. And she in there, she gonna pick her people. She picking who she identify with.
What I'm saying is, when black people get in positions of power, we shy away from hiring and employing other black people. When Hispanics or other races get in positions of power, anybody with a warehouse job or airport job in the greater Los Angeles area understands this. When Hispanics or non-black people get in positions of power, they make sure that their neighbors, family, friends, everybody from their race has a job. When black people get in a position of power, I ain't gonna hire that nigga. He ain't gonna fuck up my shit. He ain't gonna fuck up my money. He ain't gonna da. That's we think in a position of lacking.
But why though?
It's a result of slavery. It's a result of just a mindset, a cultural hindrance.
It's deeper hated. Rooted
self-hate.
Hatred.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of self-hate. Right. And before we talk about another race, we got to get our own backyard correct and talk about that.
That's what I'm speaking to. I'm only speaking to black people.
And
absolutely.
I feel that, bro. But like at the end of the day, I just think like us as just humans and individuals, the way that we look at things now and how we move when it comes down to the culture, we all got to be responsible. And sometimes it's not, what we say is how we say it. Because I feel like your message isn't a bad message, but you can take it a certain type of way, and it's like you're tearing down another race of people.
I've never seen that. I feel like that's propaganda, that's slander, that's false. I've never seen that. I don't practice any hate speech. I'm a loving person. Like I said, I'm not anti anything. I'm pro-black.
You just said fuck DJ Hed.
Yeah.
Well, let's go.
A black person.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to DJ Hed because DJ Hed
dancing.
Yeah, DJ Hed's done a lot for hip hop. You feel me? A lot of hip hop artists respect him.
I'm gonna say fuck him.
Yeah, a lot of hip hop artists respect him. He gets to go on studios. They respect his ear.
People respect complacency. Absolutely.
So do you feel like you could do a better job at what he's doing?
I'm not a DJ. I feel like we could get some younger black DJs to get in those positions so that we could get some motion out here on the West Coast. So that LA rappers have more than 1 million monthly Spotify listeners. So that Double XL magazine has at least one LA rapper on the cover. So that the Grammys is not just Kendrick Lamar nominated. That's the only Grammy nominated project from LA was Kendrick Lamar. I feel like we should have more. And that is because we have these older, stale, stagnant figures, making sure that there aren't new young black people coming in positions of power as it pertains to media.
So what do you say if, let's just say right now, Power 106 said, we want to get 50-50, 60-40 more black people, and they go in, they do the same thing, play the same songs and they take their job. What are you gonna say? What would you say to that?
Let's see it. I would like to see more black DJs and media representation, not just at Power 106, but in every LA hip hop outlet. Why? Because I feel like that will lead to a renaissance of LA rap. Black power, black magic. We invented the traffic light. We invented open heart surgery. We invented the light bulb. We discovered electricity. We're magic. We can do great things. So if LA rap is in last place and in a deficit, I feel like black people can fix it. I feel like we've left it in the hands of non-blacks for about 10, 15, 20 years. Nothing's happened. So now let's see some young black people take a stab at it. That's all I'm saying.
And like I said, what if those same young black people take these positions and they have to go down that same list and play these same songs? What do you think that's going to change?
I don't think that they would.
They don't have no choice. It's a business.
They have no choice.
It's a business.
Okay, well, I feel like if artists was coming to see 3 black people instead of 3 Hispanics or 3 Asians or 3 white people, we would see a little bit more motion. So I'll just leave it at that.
So you think that these record labels will change what they're doing?
Like a pessimist. You sound
No, I'm just saying. Do you think they'll go like change
Pessimistic.
what they're doing because there are more black people in the station?
Let's try to see it. What's wrong with? Are you against seeing it?
I ain't
Let me
against
ask you guys.
seeing it.
Are you guys against seeing it? Are you guys? against
No, I haven't against seeing it. I've
Right now-
seen it too with DJ Hed and Big Boy.
That was exactly. Those are men in their 40s and 50s. Have you seen some young black people break records in LA?
Well, how do you?
DJ Bad for sure.
Who?
DJ Bad.
What's the last record? What records?
He has a lot of records that he put out
let's
there.
name some hit records.
Okay,
Name some hit records.
so
I don't even think you need to break a record for radio no more. Either.
Supreme Team, shout out to Adib, shout out to all them. LA Function, what they do. I know you're familiar with that.
For sure.
Bad comes from that cloth. And I know personally, almost half of these, maybe almost everybody on this list, he didn't play their music multiple times,
air?
new stuff. Well, yeah, he plays stuff on air. Not everybody.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
But like I said,
I threw that in there on air.
It's the job because
I play a lot of shit in my car all the time.
A lot of artists don't get broke from radio.
Right.
They get broke from the internet. They get broke from clubs.
Right. But
and a lot of those
in
DJs.
LA artists get broke. LA artists get spinning in clubs enough to you? They get their records getting broken in the club?
I put that more on the artists.
I think it's a lot more things that have to deal with. Yeah,
it's a lot more of the artists.
Well, we've been here for a minute. We haven't talked about the Perico.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna get to it.
I don't want to just bash these terrible. I don't want to bash these terrible DJs.
No, because according to your list, I don't think I even see an A on here.
There's not an A this year. No, there's not.
So is it the artists? Or is it the DJs, or is it a combination of both?
I spread it around. I protect artists and I uplift artists, but I'll get at them too. Like, hey, you need to improve too. So I don't just go at radio and go at media and go at these different people. I'm holding everybody accountable. We all have to come together and do better to save LA rap from the deficit it is in. And it hurts my heart to see it in such a deficit.
Yeah, and I don't.
It is in a deficit.
It is in a deficit.
Some of our favorite artists don't have 1 million monthly listeners on Spotify. Some of our favorite artists don't.
But even some of the ones
from radio,
and even
specifically just
even
radio.
Some of the ones that do
strictly blame that on radio, but that is a part because to answer his question, if a radio station, if Power 106 doesn't play your record, if there's no radio station in LA playing your record, and I'm a DJ in Arizona, or I'm a DJ in Houston, or I'm a DJ in New Orleans or something like that, I'm going to check and see. I'm going to go to mediabase.com and I'm going to see how many spins you have in your hometown. There's no spins there. I'm not playing your record. So our music doesn't move because no one will turn the lights on or turn the water on at home. And that's all I'm saying for the artist. I'm not telling you to play my record. I don't rap.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to play these artists' records. That's all. Just like I cover their music and I post their music, play the record. Give it a chance.
But so many artists.
It's a lot of butts. It's I get it, a lot of stipulations. Michael Jackson was left-handed. I have to hop on one leg with a pink hat on to get LA music playing on LA radio. I understand.
There's now another aspect of radio too is a lot of these artists, they even get a piece of anything on there, they have to sign to a label. And most of these labels and these contracts right now are terrible fucking contracts.
You can say that again.
So even having 1 million listeners on Spotify, if you don't own your fucking music anyway, you a slave right then and there. So what's the point of even giving on LA radio or having 1 million Spotify listeners if it really don't justify you and you get to a certain age and you washed up because you don't own nothing?
What's the point of it all? You get what I'm saying? It's all subjective. But I'm going after greatness, and all I'm saying is some radio spins won't hurt that.
And do you know how hard it is for an independent artist to get on the radio?
I'm sure it's pretty hard for a LA independent, LA artist to get on the radio, regardless if they're independent or not.
That's
but
right.
it's because Westside Boogie, he signed Interscope Records. Let's go to MediaBase.com and see how many times they play Westside Boogie today. Not once.
Is that a problem? His label not pushing it to radio because they got budgets for all of that stuff too.
Absolutely.
So
Those
maybe-
things should be allocated.
Maybe
Okay,
you got to
well,
talk to this label, and why they're not going to radio, it gets a little deeper. Now I can see if you're an independent person and you out there putting your best foot forward, and you ain't got nobody doing that shit for you, and they can slide you into that midnight slot. Shit like that help, bro. It do.
Absolutely. But what I'm saying is, and let this be my last comment on radio, hopefully. What I'm saying is, instead of spending $300,000 or $400,000 specifically to pay people to play your record on radio, if there are some young black DJs at these stations, they could just go on there and cut it on during their mix show. Or they can invite a Westside Boogie up there today on this random Thursday to drop off a new record that he just cooked up with somebody and break a new record. You get what I'm saying? Or attempt to break a new record. I just want to see an attempt. I want to see black attempts. I want to see us get a chance. I don't know why I get so much pushback when I'm saying I want to see more black people get a chance. That's all
fair.
I'm saying.
That's fair.
It's not pushback. I just want to know.
Oh,
I just want you to break it down.
Mhm.
One more thing. Why you don't like DJ Hed?
Fuck him. Next question.
No.
When you with him, ask him about him.
It's just
You
it's
can ask
just
me
we
about
can
me.
articulate ourselves like grown men.
Absolutely.
T-Rell going to break it down.
What do you do?
You can ask me.
What do he do to you?
You can ask me about me because I'm the moment. So you can ask me about me. We can
This-
talk about the 2023 LA
You'll
Rap
be
Report card.
you'll be in the moment of why you don't like that nigga, man. It's the moment.
We didn't have this conversation. You told me
I'ma try to break it.
You told
me
that I need to stop focusing on them. The people that you brought them up last interview, and you told me I need to stop focusing on them and focus on doing a podcast, which I've been doing since 2020. So in retort, I'll say the same thing to you again, T-Rell. I don't accept corporate consulting from employees.
Oh God!
I'm saying that's we having the same conversation. We going back in circles.
This is not corporate and consulting. I'm asking you a question.
I'm
respectfully
I didn't break down anything you had.
This gonna be
for a
good
living.
one. Yeah.
I didn't break down anything you did for a living. I just asked
we
you
had the
why.
same conversation last year. You brought up people from LA Radio. He said, why you focus on them? You need to focus on yourself and do a podcast. Even though I've been doing a podcast since 2020. He didn't research his
You
guests.
should put a podcast on here and then grade it. You should put me on it too.
He didn't research me again. I have a few.
No.
Real quick.
Did you put yourself on a podcast on your list?
Go ahead.
Did you put yourself on a list?
I did a whole podcast breaking down all of these grades. He was there.
No. Podcasts in general. Like, what's the best podcast?
Oh, a podcast report card.
Yes.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
We don't want to put your ass on this list.
I definitely want to talk about some of the rappers that are.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's get to it.
Okay.
What are some of the grades that stick out to you? I know you guys only have.
We can start from the beginning.
Let's start from the top.
You guys only have the front.
I think you being.
We have both sides, front and back.
Where's the other side at?
Here we go.
We can start from
see.
G Perico, huh?
Okay. Yeah, you want to start with G Perico?
Yeah, you got G Perico at a beat. I like
That's
that.
my-
He's
that's
been
my
working
guy.
hard.
That's dope.
That's my
85.
guy.
85.
And I put him first for a reason. I definitely wanted people to see that 6 in lyricism, as to just encourage him to step it up because I feel like that's the only thing holding him back.
You sure? Because last time you said he DM'd you and you put him on there.
I said what to you?
He DM'd you and then you put him on a report card.
That's what I said to you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't recall saying that, but G Perico's at the top this time. He covered my spring issue last year, and he's at the top this time because I wanted people to see that 6 in lyricism so that they know G Perico is a few standout verses away from being a top tier rapper to me, not just West Coast, just a rapper.
I agree with
He
that.
has all the other elements. All we missing is those verses, them type of Lil Wayne type of crazy verses, spazzing verses. You get what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah, that's good. I like G Perico. I like
Real
everything
quick,
he's
let's
doing.
go over the what do you call these at the top? Categories. It's the
Categories.
Same 11 categories from last year.
Okay, yeah. Lyricism,
Mhm.
impact, cadence, flow, catalog, consistency is a big one for everybody.
Important one. Huh?
It's very
You know what I'm
important.
saying? Music videos, beat selection, branding, originality, versatility, and grade. Your final thing, all that'll add up into your grade.
Right.
And G Perico got to be on all of these things.
Average
85. It's like,
Average
you know,
out to 80. One of the highest grades.
85
yeah,
out of
yeah.
100. I like that. You know what I'm saying? West Side
Dope
Boogie. You know what I'm saying? He's the next in here, and lyricism, he got a 10.
He got a 10. He could out-rap probably anybody in LA right now.
He can do that.
I'm going to just go over all his 10s.
Okay.
Cadence 10, flow 10, music video 10. Music video 10, he's one of the most creative West Coast rappers out right now. He takes this his artistry very, very fucking serious, and he's been doing it for a very long time. I've been paying attention to that, so he deserves a 10 for those music videos, and I think music videos are very important.
That's dope. Like
originality and versatility, of course. I mean, because
I put a 9. I took 1 point away because of the Kendrick similarities. If it kind of
that's subjective too, though.
Absolutely, it's all subjective. I just knocked 1 point off. Knocked 1 point off for that because not like he's copying him, but I hear the similarities between him and Kendrick's music.
This next person,
Mr. Cash,
Jason Cash,
because he was on your ass.
I guess
your last report card.
Let's talk about
he was on your ass.
So he got a B- this year. Last year I gave him a D+. He dropped a D+ record. I gave him a B- this year. Where's the B- record? You see how people love negativity or what they deem as negativity? Like, you dropped the record when I gave you a D. Drop a record when I give you a B-. Drop a record when I give you your flowers and give you your praise, too. I don't just want the response record to the D. I want a response record to the B- as well. So
we're
waiting, Mr. Cash.
Yeah, Mr. Cash, and I think a B- is very disrespectful to Mr. Cash, man. He be working hard, man. He be doing
artists with one project in their life, their whole life, he's only put out one project.
I
think that's
Lauryn
overly generous.
We ain't saying that to Lauryn Hill.
Well, he ain't sold 20 million records and won 5 Grammys in one night.
Well, hold on.
Do that. He definitely did do that.
Give him some time.
A 10. I agree with a 10 in lyricism.
Got to.
He does need to drop more though.
Yes, he does.
But once again, that's a label thing.
Absolutely, but again, that's not my business. So he got a 10 in lyricism, a 7 in impact because we did see him at the BET Hip Hop BET Hip Hop Awards Cypher representing for LA. I thought that was dope. A 10 in cadence, come on, man. A 10 in flow. A 4 in catalog because even though he had the best rap project to come out of LA last year, which was Read the Room, it's only one project. As well as him dropping those freestyles.
That's dope to say. You said that's
so you gonna give him a 4?
That was the best.
That was the best.
That was on my list for the best.
So you giving this man a 4 because he only dropped one project?
But I said he dropped the best, the absolute best rap project I heard last year.
Yes.
So I give it a 4. That's why it's not a 0. It's a 4.
It's the absolute best though.
Yes, it's his only. So why would I give somebody who has one amazing project a 10? No, I gave it a 4, and that's generous.
Well, it got to be at least from 8 to 9.
So you give somebody who's only put out one body of work, an 8 or 9.
I just
you put
told
out people
you, Lauryn
who's put
Hill.
out. So you compare Jason Cash to.
But it's a great. If you feel like it's great, if you feel like it's great,
that one great, you can say
that's it.
Yeah, but you're not.
If I get one hit, I can tour the world.
Her album is phenomenal. Her album is a timeless classic. He dropped a great mixtape on Atlantic Records. So that's not. I'm not giving it an 8 or 9. But if you want to fill in 8 or 9 there, you please go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna give my boy at least a 7. I'll go 7 to 9
for
somewhere
project.
in there.
That's dope.
For a project. I mean,
because
I like how you gauged that.
That's fair though. That's fair.
Okay, so he come out with one project, it's great, and then that's what we supposed to gauge it on the project that came out that year.
So if he comes out with a follow up that's just as dope as that, what you gonna give him?
It will go up some. The score will go up a lot. The score will go up, but it's 4. I feel like a 4 was generous for somebody with one project out their entire rap career.
Kalen, for real.
Oh, we wasn't done with Jason's.
Oh, we wasn't done?
No. Consistency, Cash got an 8. He does drop those freestyles every Friday. I don't know if you guys been seeing them, and now he's doing the song pull-ups where he'll pull up on an influencer and play them a song.
I seen that.
Ways around not being able to put out music via his label.
He need to come up here and hop in that booth.
Yeah, he's gonna gas that up. A 7 in music videos, 10 in beat selection. Shout out to the Eastie Boys. His beats are banging. 10 in Brandon. He did the Pro Club deal, the in-crowd shirt. I have one of those with the photo shoot and whatnot. 8 in originality. Obviously, there's some Dom Kennedy influence on Jason Cash.
Definitely.
So I just take. It's not
little
like you copy a
inspiration.
little inspiration. I'm gonna just take 1 point off or something like that. And a 6 in versatility. Obviously, again, we don't want him making street records, but he doesn't make street records. I would like to hear more party records from him, but he doesn't make those. So a 6.
I don't know. He real lyrical, man. I don't think he should go the party route.
I mean, but they made Snoop was a lyricist. He had party records. Cube was a lyricist. He made We Be Clubbing and different party records.
It's true.
You feel me? You can make Quick as a lyricist, but he can
To
make
me,
a
the
party
best.
record.
The best.
So when did you guys mend your relationship?
Who?
You and Jason Cash.
Well, one, it wasn't any issue. He dropped the record as he said on your show when you interviewed him. it wasn't a diss, it was a response. So me and him was cool. We talked that same day. We talk all the time. He's in the LA rap workshop that I do every Saturday morning. He's in there every week.
Okay. Shout out to Jason Cash. All right. Next we got Kalen for real. You know what I'm saying? Los Angeles.
Bro
native,
doing his
man.
thing.
Bro really doing his thing.
Absolutely.
One of the only artists I feel like is crossing over. I like out of Los Angeles because a lot of Los Angeles I feel like is be stuck and can't go past New Mexico.
Okay.
And he's touring and he's doing his thing. He's doing a lot of shows.
Opening for just got done opening for YG on the Red Cup tour.
Yes,
and
sir.
He did his own Right Place, Right Time tour, which was more like a string of shows up and down the West Coast. But he's been doing his thing. He got a 6 in lyricism, and he actually responded to last year's report card. He did a video, and he broke down how he understood the 6 I gave him in lyricism last year. People don't go to him for lyrics. But
No.
you know what I'm saying? But so a 6 is cool. That's not, it's
I think
cool.
his cadence is an 8.
That's
Yeah,
a
cadence
9.
is an 8. You give it
He's
a 9
for
He's
sure.
a 9.
Okay.
He's definitely a 9 in cadence.
All right. Well, I gave
Impact,
it
we could do an 8 in Impact. You feel
That's
me? He
cool.
really got it. He ain't really got there yet as far as the Impact.
He's still climbing.
He's still climbing. He's still climbing. Yeah. Flow. If I'm gonna give Cadence a 9, I gotta give Flow a 9.
It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes it works like that, but it doesn't always work like that.
He can do his shit though, but a lot of times, it's the more melodic R&B side that's carrying the records and shit.
And it gets low poppy sometimes, which is cool. Catalog is a 9. I mean, 2 for 1, 2 for 2 are classics in my opinion.
I agree with you on that.
Consistency
10.
too. 10.
He's gonna come out with a dope project.
Yeah.
every year.
Music videos 8.
8.
I agree. You feel
And
me?
that's kind of generous, but I gave him an 8.
You should just select it. I know. Beat selection 10.
Yeah.
Brandon 10.
Yep.
Originality 10.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Versatility 8.
8. Yep.
That's
And
fair.
why would we go 8? You know what I'm saying?
For
With versatility.
He makes different types of records, but we do want to hear maybe some more serious stuff from him. But he did do going through things on his last project.
I like that one.
He closed the project out with that. But some more of that would be why he would have a 10 if he dropped some more.
All right, this next one on here. You gave Blueface Baby a
Yeah,
F.
Flacco stopped me as soon as I walked in. He's like, "Man, you gave Blueface a D minus." I'm like, "No, I gave that nigga an F. Like, what are you talking about?"
Bro,
I was like, "How would you give Blueface be gassed?
Oh,
Blueface
my
hasn't put out
God.
a project in like 3-4 years. What are you guys talking about? He has not put out a project.
But are we gauging year from year, or are we just gauging overall?
It's going to be overall.
It's gonna be overall.
Yes. But I add on.
but is
Face
this
Figure
for
last
the year? So is this like the whole 2022, this is your grade? Or is this
This
how you feel
overall.
about
It's
him?
overall,
period.
it's accumulative. Accumulative is the word I'm looking to say. Accumulative. So if you're here this year and this year you drop a couple projects, you drop this, that, and the third, it's going to affect your grade. Your grade's going to change. So he hasn't put out any music in many years. That's why he has that 3 in consistency. So that's going to drop your grade. If you walk into class right now and get a 30% on the test, your grade's going to drop. So why wouldn't he have an F? He hasn't put out.
But I
music
see
before.
some 10s on here.
Oh,
110.
110. But I'm gonna
And
just say
Brandon,
this
because he's on the Shade Room every day.
But
He
look,
has the OnlyFans thing. He has the Zeus Network thing going on. He gets pressed. So a 10 in Brandon, I'll give him his propers. He definitely is a brand, but outside
Not
of
an
that,
F though.
But look, hold on.
It's-
We just passed up 1, 2, 3,
that's the
4,
hill.
5
That's
artists.
the hill you guys want to die on.
First
If
of
the
all-
Blueface music is A quality, go right ahead.
No, hold on. We didn't say that, but I'm not gonna give my boy a lyricism. I'm not gonna give him a 3. He definitely be barring up. He's done some stuff that I really love out here. You know what I'm
Let's-
saying?
let's
If we
hear
do it
some of it.
overall, it's
What you
cool.
say?
And he has a club record right now that's
I had
still
to
a
cut
hit.
my own mom. Must have forgot I was a Crip. That was a good one.
Hold on.
I like that one.
That's a lyric to you. That's a dope lyric to you. That's
Bro.
It was witty.
To me, it's a 3.
It was witty.
To me, he can't rap, and it's a 3. That's cool. To me, he is a personality, and that's great. But he's not a lyricist. And if some people would give him a 0 or a 1 or a 2, I felt the 3 was
That's
generous.
fair that he's not a lyricist. I give you that.
And that's all that's saying is lyricism is a 3 because he's not a lyricist like that.
He's not a lyricist like that, but if I'm a compare him to for real, like as far as Kalen for real, as far as rapping,
Mhm.
man, you will have to give Blueface the same grade.
I would
All
give
right.
Blueface
A
a
6.
6. Okay, you have Blueface at a 6.
All
That's
right,
great.
Impact definitely.
He definitely made a
You know what I'm
huge
saying?
impact in LA to help push this forward. You got to give him that.
Counterproductive. I feel like people. That's the
No
reason
bust down, Tatiana?
I personally feel like
I wanna see you
artists
bust down.
I know the song.
You know the
I know
dance.
the song.
You know the dance. That's the impact.
personally feel
People
like-
still grabbing their shit.
I personally feel like You're saying that it helped us. I feel like it
Okay.
hindered us or it hurt us, and this is how. I feel like people look at artists like a Blueface and say, see, them LA niggas can't rap. See, them LA niggas don't make serious music. It's kind of like a joke. I don't feel like it's a good look for us nationally from a music perspective. Like, who are some of your best artists? And you say Blueface. I'm closing the door. This is why we don't listen to you niggas. This is why you guys don't get Grammy nominated. This is why you guys not don't cover a XXL freshman, because this is what y'all bigging up. This is the best y'all have to offer. I miss me with that. I'm not saying that.
I don't think he's getting on the platform and they just showcasing him as the best rapper from Los Angeles. There's a lot of other people that's doing the same thing. He just happens to be on.
He has
the Shade
songs
Room
that
every
break
day.
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So because he gets so much mainstream attention,
That's not his
who
fault.
a lot of. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm speaking what it is.
I can't agree from
That's
the
why a lot
outside
of-
looking in. People can say this is somebody that's leading the charge when it comes down to that.
And
Because
that's
some
terrible.
of them people, that's all they know.
Yeah, bro, that's all they get to see. That's the only LA rapper they get to see every day is Blueface. And then they go search the music. It's nothing recently. The stuff that they do here is not that good lyrically. So it
That's
makes people
also-
think that we don't.
And that's
Push the
that's
torch lyrically.
also that West Coast music don't get past West Coast anyway.
That's part of the reason why, in my opinion.
Okay, I got a question right here. And then the next category is flow. And with flow, I want to ask you this because his flow came from one particular artist that we be talking about up in here. And I just listened to him from start to finish today, and that's Almighty Suspect.
Okay.
So do you believe, because you are, a hip hop, Los Angeles native, you thrive in it.
Is Almighty on here?
Did he take
No, he's on the deluxe edition.
did
Okay.
he take Almighty Suspect's flow?
What I feel like he was inspired by Almighty Suspect as well as Frosty. I feel like he was. I definitely feel like he was inspired more so by Frosty, not just lyric wise. The whole
thing.
Yeah. That,
So with the flow is you feel like he more so gotta like find himself again.
well, he just raps super offbeat. It's not serious. It's not like a serious flow. In my opinion, if you ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about Blueface flow? I'm gonna say a 2. So I ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about Blueface flow?
I'm gonna tell you I don't know.
Okay,
So,
that's all right.
I'm gonna tell you it's a wobbler.
That's
You feel me? Sometimes it's hitting, sometimes it's not. I mean,
Let me know when it sometimes is.
yeah.
What about you, AD? On a scale of 1 to 10, what you giving Blueface flow?
The flow, I'm gonna give him a.
Come on, political man.
I'll give him a 5.
He still
A
love
5. That's still
That's
mid.
good.
That's mid.
That's
but
good.
all right, that's dope. Catalog of 4, no classic project. Consistency of 3. We just say he hasn't dropped the project since like 2019.
I agree with that.
Music videos.
Music videos a 6. No spectacular music videos. Beat selection a 6. That'd be the best part about it. That's the sad part. Brandon a 10, because like I said, the hustle was there. We got to give him his propers. He does the Zeus Network shows. He's active on his OnlyFans platform. We see him on the Shade Room and all the big blogs. For whatever reason, he's there. The visibility is there. The branding is definitely there with him. So shout out to him for his hustle, for sure.
Yes, sir. Originality.
8, because I could name the Frosty Almighty Suspect, so I take a point off. And then
Versatility.
is a 6. He's not going to make anything serious. The next grade is going to be one of my favorites, and one of the ones I'm proud of.
I think he's one of your favorites on here. I see a lot of 10s in this category.
Yeah, I'm very proud of RJ.
RJ, shout out
And
to
he's
homie RJ.
covered our most recent issue of
That's
the LA
right.
magazine.
He get extra points for that one?
No.
He should have got. He
this
should have
was
gave
Like,
an extra point.
you're not gonna do the photo shoot?
Yeah.
9.
He bullshit.
I'm not political like that. I'm not political like that.
Oh,
But shout out to
man.
RJ for doing the cover. I do appreciate that. And
Why you didn't go to his shows? His LA show was at the Novo. Why you didn't attend?
Was you there?
I wasn't on stage at his most recent concert.
Oh, at the
His-
Novo?
No, at the Observatory. His
At the
tour
Novo.
owner.
Oh, okay, I was asking why you were at the
Well,
Novo.
he personally invited me out to his tour opening, the Rodney Brown Jr. LP tour.
Okay.
And I went and I was on stage and I got some good footage and I watched him perform and I got to see his artists Splack and Nosta and Bree Carter, his Army roster. do their
Oh,
thing.
I was
My
just
little
wondering.
homie Siete too.
Yes, yeah, they absolutely. Who was on my LA freshman cover last year.
Oh, I just thought he was just like trying to keep y'all apart because DJ Hed opened the other show at the Novo, so I didn't know if it was.
Well,
Probably was there.
I'm glad you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you noted that. That's
Yeah.
great. That's what your attention goes toward.
All right, RJ, lyricism 10. Of course, this boy is a beast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the
not
Yeah, the man
too
gonna
many
get
people
this.
seeing him in that area and lyrics.
I mean, he was at the radio station. It was one of his best freestyles
He went
when he was
crazy.
up
He went
there.
crazy.
at,
LA Leakers, absolutely.
Yes, sir. You feel
Yes, he
me?
did spaz.
They Hispanic.
That's great. That's great.
Impact.
God is good. God made us all. That's good.
Impact 10.
Oh my God.
Cadence, of course. This boy is wild. 10.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Flow.
I agree with all
10.
that.
Yep.
Catalog 8.
8. Yeah.
You need another point here.
You would give him a 9?
I'll give him an 8 for catalog.
I'll give him an 8.
I'm holding those extra points because I want that greatness.
He
If you give him a 10, he gonna be like, I gotta do shit else.
He took like 2 years off.
I want to like close to 2 years.
Close to 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years.
Okay. Consistency.
5.
Okay.
There it goes.
He had to get himself together.
But that's most of these artists. Not everybody, but most of our artists suffer in consistency or have a hard time dealing with
Shit ain't cheap, that's why.
Yeah, shit ain't cheap.
It costs a lot to put an album together.
So you gotta give a nigga extra points with consistency because shit ain't cheap out here.
I try to be nice. I'll try to be nicer with consistency.
You try to buy a whole studio, you found out how much an album costs.
I'm like,
that nigga said, I'm getting into women clothing, man.
You tried to buy a whole studio?
Like, I tried to rap it, it didn't go well because it was expensive.
It is.
It's
super.
You feel me?
But if you're gonna do it, you got to do it. If you're gonna
gonna sign a bad deal and you're gonna get on the radio,
no, but look,
you're gonna be broke in a few years, and people are gonna be laughing at you.
There's LA artists with deals that aren't on the radio, but I digress.
You know, but it's a lot of artists that aren't on the radio that are big right now too. NBA young but
absolutely.
But one of those things that I'm like, fuck, I can't rap, man. This shit is too expensive. I gotta get up out of here, bro. Like it is really expensive. So I knew so I could kind of feel how these artists are, you know what I'm saying, are taking this. They gotta put this, you gotta put it in the studio, or you gotta put it in your videos, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But that's why niggas sign shitty deals.
You gotta get creative though.
Yeah,
there's ways around everything.
Yeah, getting some money.
Yeah, you gotta get the money.
Music videos, he got a 6. I feel like the music videos could be a lot better. Beat selection, you got a 10. Shout out to Larry J. Larry making all the
Shout out to Larry J, man.
Man, one of my favorite producers coming out of LA right now.
Shout out Larry J.
Definitely. Beats banging. And I love when RJ works with Swish. I wish they would do more music together.
Shout out Swish as well.
With Swish. Brandon is a 7. We know about Amio, you feel me? But we're waiting to see that breakthrough moment from Amio before I could give it like a 10. Or I'm waiting to walk in the mall and see them selling Amio clothes like we see them selling 400 clothes and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm holding back on that 10 for RJ. But I know he has a business mind.
It's coming.
From conversations with him. I know it's.
He got some other shit coming too that, you know, it's going to break the mold.
AJ the One.
Yes, that's a female rapper from Inglewood. I actually went to high school with her.
We got to get on her. We ain't familiar.
Yeah, she was.
Shout out to her, though.
She was on my LA freshman cover. Last year, the 2022 LA freshman cover presented by Pro Club. Shout out to them.
And she can rap? She can really. Because I see them 8s right there.
She can really rap her ass off. And she makes dope music overall. She has the look, she has the sound, she knows how to do a rollout. She's very intellectual. I believe she went to Berkeley. If I'm not mistaken.
Shout out to AJ the One.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, YG. C.
A 74 C. That was generous. I feel like that was cool.
Okay, we finna go over this.
Lyricism, a 5. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he stepped it up from the earlier days when he used to rap, for sure.
Yeah, but I have to take points off when you have certain people like Jason Cash talking about how he wrote for YG. So I take points off.
But what he wrote what though? We don't know what he wrote. It could have been a piece of a hook.
Yeah.
It could have been in. I mean, but you know,
hooks for YG.
He ain't in write 12 bars for YG.
I'm not saying he wrote his whole project. I'm saying YG has ghostwriters, so I took some points off.
That's
fine.
I don't know about that.
And he's not the best lyricist to me, so I give it a 5. 5 is mid. And I think most people would say that YG's lyricism is mid. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, in my opinion.
Okay.
What would you give it on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel about YG's lyricism?
If I'm going to give Caitlin for real 6, he has to be a 6 or above.
Okay, 6.
I'm gonna give him a 6 or a 7.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
Middle of that.
Impact 10. Come
Impact
on.
10
Stop
for
playing.
sure.
Stop playing.
He's a Los Angeles legend.
Absolutely. Like I said,
Already.
Holy
You know
Trinity of LA. Him,
Of
Dom,
course.
and Nip. Forever.
Cadence, of
7.
course. I mean, I can give him one more point on that.
You say 8 for Cadence?
I can give him one more point on that, man. This is YG I'm talking about. I'm banging that. You feel me? The impact is crazy. Flow.
Yes, sir. Flow, what did he get? A 3?
Godly.
Come on, man.
Are we kidding?
Are we kidding? His flow's not bad?
I'm rapping the YG song.
His flow's not bad?
That's not bad. Are you crazy? This is YG. Hold on.
Tell me what you give it then. On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you give YG's flow? I'm giving it a 3.
I ain't giving it no 3.
I'm not giving my boy a 3. He's anywhere from 7. He's anywhere from 7 to 8 on the flow. I'm rapping anything YG has going. I'm gonna do a word for word, especially if I love it, man. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is a LA native, LA legend.
Okay. That has nothing to do with how he rides a beat. That has nothing to do with
If he's a legend in your eyes and he has classic albums
Absolutely.
more than one,
and you could probably
know
say
goddamn
word from
well
word.
his flow is better than a 3. And this is overall too. And you taking his overall career?
Yeah. And he's dropped more bad albums than he has dropped good albums. So what are we talking about?
I mean, they're not gonna be
dud after dud after dud. So maybe if you want to start it out at a 10, if you saying this
what was a dud?
Maybe it's past maybe four projects. Everything since maybe Still Brazy.
Well, say I'm on the second one. I'm calling the.
I like the first. I like My Crazy Life and Still Brazy. Everything after that, for me, in my opinion, with my ears, has been a dud. It hasn't been.
It hasn't been as impactful. I wouldn't call it a dud.
It hasn't been good. It hasn't been good music in my opinion. It's not. I'm not playing in my car. You may play it in yours. I'm not playing in mine.
So you giving him an 8 on catalog?
Yeah, because he made My Crazy Life my favorite rap album of all time.
It's a classic.
Classic, bona fide classic, masterpiece.
Consistency of 10, of course.
Come on, he drops. He drops. You know,
music videos
6.
That's fair. But when you do drop music videos, it's nice music videos.
That'd be quality.
when he get with Chike, it's a 10.
Okay, well, why you
would say that too.
Why would you say that?
You don't know why?
I'm just saying everything you do with Chike is a 10.
I forgot all about that video. Just leave that alone. But B Selection 3, for sure.
I would say up until most recently because he's trying new things.
I don't like the new things.
It's fair. It's not LA. I know you're an LA guy.
We got to get out of there. We got to get past New Mexico.
Yeah, but just playing a Spanish guitar on every record, West Side Story, is not getting out of New Mexico. It's not getting past Arizona. It's not pushing the envelope for me sonically. So I'd rather just hear. But he's back with Mustard. They've reunited. We saw that. So hopefully we get to hear him over in Mustard. That's obviously why it's a 3 because we're not hearing him with his keynote producer, which will be Mustard.
Branding, originality, and versatility.
10s,
all 10s.
3 10s. Close out with 3
Gotta
10s.
do that.
Close out with 3 10s.
So it's love there too. It's not just a down YG thing. It's just
you're just a real big YG fan and you want more from him.
Well, expect greatness from him because I know he's capable of it.
Okay, your next artist here.
Sham 1016 from the West Side. Shout out to him. He dropped the Champ project with Walt Mansa last year, as well as a project called Foul Play. He first popped off with the Internet Bangers record.
We're going to have to get into him because he obviously wants to shout this man out. Sham 1016, he gave him a lyricism. He gave him a 9.
Yes, one of my best spitters. Please tap in with him. You guys should be familiar with him.
I got to be familiar. I got to get familiar.
We got to get familiar. Impact, obviously, he's going to give him a 3 because we don't know him yet.
Yeah.
Cadence, he's going to give him a 10. Damn, you thinking highly of this man.
You got to tap in with him. You guys should know him. He's toured with Bino. He's opened for Bino a few times. Things like that.
Okay. Flow, he's giving him a 10. Catalog, he's giving him a 6. Consistency, he's giving him a 10.
Yeah.
Music videos, he's giving him a 7. I got to check this young man out. We're going to see what's going on. Beat selection, a 10.
Yeah. Walt Mansa did his thing. He executive produced the whole project too. Shout out to Walt Mansa.
I like when producers produce a whole album.
Don't you love that?
I love that.
Oh man, I love that. I want to see more of that.
I love that. Branding 9.
Yeah.
Originality 9 and versatility 10. I like that. We're gonna have to check this young man out.
I'm gonna really check him out.
Yeah, he think highly of him. He
Sham
thinks
1016. Please tap in.
Yeah, we gonna tap into my boy Spiffie Luciano.
Yeah, my F.
God damn.
I know he didn't like that, man. His fans definitely he got some crazy fans. Did you see that one fan he had made a whole video? They called me Al DeJon or some shit. He said my name wrong, but he went in on me. He's like, man, Spiffie talk that real shit. And that shit just turned me up. I have to repost it. Spiffie got fans though. I give him that. But yeah, I'm just not feeling the music too much, to be honest, bro.
You're not feeling him because he's signed.
So you got to give it.
Or what's going on?
No,
so would you give his Impact a bigger score if you said he got fans like that?
No, not really, because we're talking about a couple people that made a couple videos or whatnot.
Okay.
We're not talking about a litany of people, thousands of people. We're talking about a couple fans that made a couple funny videos or comments or posts. That caught my attention. That's not gonna move the needle.
We can run through Spiffie because he got an F.
Yeah.
Okay, so in lyricism he gave him a 6. Impact 3. Impact I would agree with that. A lot of people don't know it right now, but that can grow. Impact
after that
can fluctuate.
tweet, more people knew. After that infamous tweet, more people knew he was.
Cadence 6, Flow 5, Damn, catalog 3, consistency 3.
Yeah.
Okay, both of those are, you can agree with if you haven't been dropping that much, and then consistency, okay, you know what I'm saying? Oh, those both coincide. Music videos, beat selection. Beat selection is an 8. I mean, that's cool. I like that. You
Who
gave
do his
him an 8.
beats?
He doing his thing.
It sounds like YouTube beats, but they've been pretty hard. He's picking nice ones.
Yeah, okay.
To me.
Branding 5. He hasn't really got a chance to get up in there, you feel me, and do his thing as far as branding. So
I gave him that for his association with Boosie.
Okay.
And all of that stuff. So that's how you get
that should
5.
grow.
You feel me?
Yeah. Originality 7,
Mhm.
and versatility 6.
Yeah. Which came out to a 51, which is a F.
Which it doesn't sound bad when you're reading it.
Mm-hmm.
I know when you
add it all up, it's like damn, that's an F.
Most people don't
crazy.
even take the time to go through any of the scores. They just go straight to that grade, whatever grade you gave them. That is.
Yeah, I would show my mama this. I'd be like, Mama, I didn't do too bad. I'm hiding the real score.
Okay, next we got one of the
come on, man, Kendrick,
the greatest rappers.
A fucking plus.
Nah. You feel me?
Come
one of the
on, man.
Greatest rappers out here from Los Angeles, from Compton, California.
Wait, is there an A on this whole list?
No.
He's definitely
Kendrick got a B-.
No.
I understand he's extremely accomplished, and I love that. And he is
this nigga
he's
gave
the king.
Not Doc,
he's
bro.
the king of rap. I give him that. I understand.
Flow of 4.
Numbers are number. I think his flow is a 4.
You gave that man a 4.
Flow is
I don't like his flow. I don't like anybody that raps like that.
You gave him a 4. You gave YG a 3.
I don't like anybody that raps in the same pattern that Kendrick rap. I do not like that. I do not like the Eminem.
So it's personal.
No, it's my ears. These are my ears. Nobody else owns them.
That's what I say. It's personal.
Yeah, these are my personal ears.
It's just subjective.
Yeah, it is. What else can I grade it off of? How else do you gauge somebody's flow if not with your ears? With your own ears?
Give that man, that flow is a 10, man.
That's great that you're giving him a 10. T-Rell, you giving him a 10 too, flow-wise?
Flow-wise, I'm giving him an 11.
Okay, well, me, I'm giving him a 4, just like I would give a Lil Wayne a 4. I would give an Eminem a 4. I would give
a 5?
I would give a Nicki Minaj a 4 or 5. I would give those.
Nicki Minaj a 4 or 5?
I don't like people that rap like that. I don't like people that rap like that. I don't like rappity. I don't like that. I like people with some nuance. I like Dom Kennedy. I like Ice Cube. I like Notorious B.I.G. I like artists that lag a little bit.
5? Cube got to get a 5.
Cube would get a 10 in flow. His flow is
okay.
impeccable.
All right.
To my ears, how I like it.
I fuck with that.
You know what I'm saying? But if you guys want to give him a 10, that's great. But for me, he's not a 10. But he got a 10 in lyricism, a 10 in impact, a 10 in cadence, 4 in flow because I don't like how he raps like that. I don't like that.
10
in catalog, a 3 in consistency. He took 5 years off without.
He dropped in a long time.
So what?
No matter.
So what? Consistency is about how often you put out music, put out product. He drops an album after 5 years of no album. He finally puts out an album, right? No deluxe edition. No Lil Wayne type of slew of features. You get what I'm saying? He's not Kodak. He's not on everybody. No, on records. Meaning I'm the hottest right now. Imagine if Kendrick went on a run and he was giving everybody a hot verse like Wayne or Drake. Or you get what I'm saying?
Kendrick don't be giving people. Well, he gave what's old boy name? He gave a verse to.
Like older?
Rich the Kid.
Yeah, Rich the Kid. New Freezer?
Mm-hmm.
No, okay, so what do you say about, do you fuck with J. Cole at all?
Do you guys hear somebody talking? It's picking up in my headphone.
What would you rate? You fuck with J. Cole at all?
I like J. Cole.
Because he usually don't do no features at all.
Yeah, but I like artists that give features, especially we're talking about West Coast, so it's nuance. Our artists need features. I would love to listen to Westside Boogie's album and Kendrick Lamar's on there.
That's fair.
And so if I'm Kendrick Lamar and I'm putting out an album for the first time in 5 years, I got to make sure I'm on Boogie's album. I got to make sure I'm on this artist's album, just to have that as a prerequisite before you get to Mr. Morale, the Big Steppers. But he didn't do that. And a lot of our artists, specifically from the TDE era and TDE lane, they don't think like that. They don't think to super serve our market with music. It's like we don't deserve music or for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. But
AZ Chike.
yes, he got a what he get?
C.
73. Let's see. Cool. He had like a D last year, so he came up some. He dropped 2 projects actually. Let me think. Chike different. And the other one was an acronym, and it stood for like it sound what it looks like. So whatever acronym stands for that, it sounds what it looks like.
So to give him a C that really just hurt him is impact, and I get that because he got a 5. And then his beat selection and his branding got a 6. They both got 6.
Mm-hmm.
And
he got to get away from Fort Woe. I don't like his and I gave Fort Woe an F on the LA producer report card. I don't like Fort. Why are you laughing like that? Don't look at me and laugh like that. I didn't like that. Laugh. That was crazy.
No, you crazy.
No, you crazy. Why would you laugh like that? Was a wholehearted laugh, brother.
No, because
He said, bro.
all right, you said you gotta.
He marking some shit up.
Yeah,
you know
he
got
to get away from Fort Woe. I don't like Fort Woe's production. It's too industrial. And for me, Chike is one of those artists that had kind of like a LA but bass sound.
I like when he worked with Loaded Great.
Love when he works with Loaded Great. Would love to hear a whole project. And we have Chike's team in the building, actually, Picasso and TK. So shout out to them.
Get him with Loaded Great. I like when artists work with one producer and they get in there and with a whole project and they get in there and they build that chemistry. You feel me? That camaraderie, and then the project can come out cold. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but Chike is one of the most versatile. I feel like on the West Coast. We gave him a 7 here, but I feel like
where's the Serious Records?
I feel like he can get there. I feel like he can get there. I feel like he can get there.
He'll have a 10.
Yeah. I feel like he can get there, and I feel like he is one of the most versatile out here on the West Coast. But yeah, okay. Chike got a C, but okay, Savi third.
Savi third, man.
Yeah, what he get? A C-, correct? A 7.
He got them Serious records too.
He does. He doesn't have he definitely doesn't have any club records or anything like that. Nothing that you can play in the club.
Is it because he's going to jail a lot or what?
That's not gonna affect my grade. I'm not gonna put it. He's going to jail. No,
I mean because he has to record music. He has to be recording music. Savi the third is hard. I gave this nigga C-.
Savi, I met him at he is hard. He is talented. I met him at RJ's tour opening a few weeks back.
The last song he just dropped, that Love, whatever that is, that shit is fucking fire.
It's called The Bottom. Shout out to Savi for his new visual called The Bottom. It is dope. Savi's hard. I talk to him all the time because I am rooting for him and I do want to see him become a top tier artist, but he has to change some of his approaches in record making.
Okay, what about the homegirl Asia?
She did well. She got a 7, which is a C-. She had an F last year, so she stepped it up with her Missed Calls Volume 1 project. The G-Funk record featuring 1500 and Nothing was dope.
Shout out Asia,
I believe she has a concert coming up. I have to be there because I want to see her perform. And shout out to her, man. She's doing her thing.
Yeah, she was.
She got the new record. I saw. She has the new record with BlueBucksClan, produced by Loaded Great, called Right In. Fire.
Hard.
You like it? Dope.
She hard. She hard. Love her.
Bino, man.
Bino, man. You can't escape this guy. This man is. He makes amazing music. He had one of our highest grades. He has an 86, which is a B. Last year, he put out a project, and the only thing that was missing was like a Blxst feature.
First of all, 4 more points, and he would have had an A. Branding, and I agree with it. I agree with Brandon. You feel me? A lot of artists probably don't know how to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? They pay attention more to the music, the artistry, the videos and shit like that. But it's Brandon and the clothes and the merch and all the whole little shit and getting you out there. Right. A lot of artists ain't, they ain't too tuned, and they're not in tune with that shit. So, it can grow for sure. As soon as he grows, he's out of here.
He's a student of Nipsey Hussle, so he definitely is keen and privy to good branding. I feel like he's just very low key.
He is.
I don't want to use the word shy, but whatever word that could go in that reserved or whatever.
He's not.
They call it introverted now. They love that word.
Yeah. So I feel like once we see Bino more, we see him do more press, we see him out and about more, we see him more aggressive in rollouts and marketing his music. I feel like Sorry for the Wait 2 didn't get the rollout. And I told his manager this on the phone a couple weeks ago. That project was dope musically, but we just didn't see enough promotion behind it. We didn't get to see the branding aspect of it.
I didn't see no branding aspect of anything. A lot of these artists that come out, I don't see a lot of branding.
You don't see a rollout for the most part.
Anyway, you don't see rollouts no more. I don't know what that's about.
That's why I speak on. That's why I have the branding category there. And we talk about branding in the LA Rap Workshop. And we break down rollout tutorials in the LA Rap Workshop.
So if you look just real quick, a rollout tutorial, just real quick for an artist, like what would you tell them? For a new artist, how would you roll that out? What would it be? Will it be social media, Instagram, or what?
It's everything combined. You have to sit down and make a rollout tactical, is what I personally do, or a marketing plan. And it's about telling a story. What story are you telling? I like projects with storylines. For example, Westside Boogie, when he did More Black Superheroes. So then he goes and does a photo shoot with different alter egos, and he goes to Colors, and he does a performance in this kind of alter ego, this costume, or he does a Tiny Desk concert. those are examples of rollout materials and ancillary rollout tacticals.
Yeah, I mean, if you're able to do those, I mean,
Right.
I would.
That's a big,
have an artist to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interscope, big budget.
Right. So you saying more?
You know what I'm saying?
You saying more grassroots, a new
Like
LA
what should
artist,
a
Or just hit me.
unsigned independent artist?
Mhm.
What would you say to them? Like what they should do to get their branding up?
You have to sit down and branding or rollouts. They coincide, but they're not the same.
Rollout
thing.
then.
A rollout, you have to sit down and make a rollout tactical. You have to have a plan. You have to have press. So back when I was managing, the way you promoted your record was you do a no jumper interview. That's how you close out your week. So you do Rosecrans Avenue. You meet with the Giggles Irene bitch. You do slap. You do slap.
I don't even know what that is.
You do slap media. And then, which was a white on platform, and then you end your week with no jumper. So now, what I would like artists to do is make sure you come see AD&LA, make sure you go see Orgasmic Media, make sure you go see Remix Mag, make sure you go see Dylan at Palm. You got to make sure every day when you put out a record for those first 2 weeks, you need to be meeting with press 2-3 times a day.
Let me ask you: are you charging?
Do I charge for press? I don't charge to interview anybody. No.
Okay.
I have to genuinely want to interview you.
Why is Irene a bitch? Trying to figure this out.
I thought you didn't hear it.
Whenever,
I heard it.
Whenever you interview her for the second time, like you're interviewing me for my second time, you can gladly ask her.
You interviewed her before?
Not once.
No.
Next artist, Blxst.
This one, I think the homie should get at least, for me, that was my most listened to person on my Apple Music, man, out of everybody I listened to in 2022.
I fuck with Blxst. I think Blxst makes good music. I'm waiting on him to make
He
great music.
man.
I'm waiting on him to make great music.
This nigga 6 in cadence. That's out.
That's
Well,
out.
I don't really
This is 8, 9.
I don't really like the voice. I think of 10 cadences. I'm thinking about Nate Dogg. When we talk about melodic, I'm thinking about a Nate Dogg.
Nate Dogg.
If we
I'm
think
thinking about a
Nate
Ty
Dogg-
Dolla Sign. I'm thinking about a T-Fly. When you talking about a melodic cadence, those are melodic cadences that I prefer over Blxst. What would you?
But he's still on that level. If you Blxst, but
music
you're still
making?
going
Of
to
music
compare.
making?
But you're still going to compare him in there. You're going to put him in those categories with those
of
folks.
music making, you put him in the category with Nate Dogg or even a
I put him in. I put him in there with Ty Dolla Sign for sure.
I put him up there for sure.
I put him up there,
And I think if he keeps doing what he's doing, he'll be looked at as a Nate Dogg in the future.
That's great. I feel like with progression, he will be. Absolutely.
B
And I hope that
selection.
for him.
You got B selection at a 7. No,
Yes.
that's an 8, 9.
No,
Dog.
And don't he make his own beats too?
Exactly.
So you gotta give him.
Exactly. No, I don't.
on.
No, I don't.
He
No,
make
I
his own
don't.
beats.
I would like to hear him over other people's beats. I would definitely love to hear him.
DeJon,
relinquish
that's
that
less
control.
money. He got to see. He got to have to pay somebody else.
Yeah.
Keep that chili to yourself. Bet on yourself.
I would love to hear me personally as a fan, not as his manager, or somebody on his staff, or somebody interested in his pockets, as someone who doesn't know him, just as a listener who gets in the car and press play on music. I would love to hear him over different beats. I feel like hearing
Name
him
a
over
producer.
a producer, more, a lot of Eastie Boys. I would love to hear him more with Eastie Boys. Sounds like TC. I would love to hear him with Sounds Like
TC
TC.
hard.
Well, I now that he's perfected his craft and he found his sound, and we know for sure that when he gets in his pocket, it's a 10.
Right.
I definitely understand. So you got this versatility at a 4, and I understand that, and I talk to a lot of people that if an artist has the same damn song 20 times,
The Baby.
people don't like that shit. But in Blxst, you know what I'm saying? And, in his defense, I
It
love
do
it.
sound similar.
I
but
love it.
I fuck with all of it. Though.
Yeah, I love it.
Well,
You know what I'm
remember
saying?
last year we had the redundant, repetitive article with me and T-Rell. It's the same thing. I feel like a lot of the music is redundant. It's a lot of the same thing. That's why it's a 4.
It banged though.
To you, a lot of it. I didn't like his last project. The Before You Go or Before I Go. I hated that project.
What?
I did not like that project.
That nigga has some shit on
No,
there.
I didn't. It made my worst projects from LA in 2022.
Lord
list.
Jesus.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't care for it personally.
Okay.
Roddy Ricch.
Yeah,
You give him a C+.
C+. Shout out to Roddy. I would love to hear him make more West Coast music. I feel like it's a missed opportunity that he doesn't.
I don't think he ever gonna do it.
I'm
That's
sure.
not-
I'm sure.
His influence is not West Coast.
What's West Coast music?
I think he's thinking of the '90s.
Music with that
Music with mustard?
music with that music with that bounce, music with that groove, that LA groove we grew up on, that our parents grew up on, that house party music, and they brought it to us.
What producer would you prefer him to work with?
The one he won a Grammy with, Hit Boy, and like Hit Boy said in his interview with Academics, I won a Grammy with him making a West Coast song, but I've never worked with him again.
But that's the producer that you got to lock in with because
also more
and I
expensive
really love him.
too.
Hey man, you know the money talk.
I'm just saying this business.
Yeah, you looking at them books, and I'm talking about music.
Hey, listen, I'd rather take the 30. That'd be 30,000. Hit Boy, the 150.
Right.
Let me get 5 of these over here.
I get what you're saying, but like again, I feel like with Roddy not putting out West Coast sounding music, not using West Coast sounding production, it is a missed opportunity for LA and for the West Coast. A star of his magnitude who gets such marketing dollars put behind him could really amplify the LA rap scene if he was making that type of music. A lot of people don't even know that he's from out here. So when he dropped his sophomore project, Live Life Fast, and it flopped, I didn't feel away because it wasn't a West Coast sounding project. He didn't transport us to the streets of Compton on that project, and that's what you should do.
The first one did? Because I think
it did more than the second one, but it wasn't a total West Coast.
I think when you talk about My Crazy Life, like Roddy's first album, like impact wise, is like right under that.
No,
to me personally.
Okay, cool. I wouldn't.
It was a banger.
I won't say please excuse me for being anti-social is in the same category as the My Crazy Life. In my opinion, it is a dope body of work, a great body of work. But I want to hear him over more West Coast production. I feel like if he did that, it would be a better look for us. It would make more people tap in with other LA rap artists if they heard a star of his magnitude or seen a star of his magnitude performing a West Coast sounding record at the BET Awards or at the Grammys or on this talk show, that talk show, in this arena, versus him going around and cosplaying as Young Thug and Gunna. It doesn't do anything for the coast. It's great for his pockets, for his team, but it doesn't do anything for the rest of the rappers.
Next, we have BlueBucksClan.
What you say?
BlueBucksClan, man.
Bucks.
That's a tongue twister.
Clan, yeah, because
I agree with this. They going crazy right now.
I'm gonna keep it G with y'all, and I love all my black people, and I know exactly who these niggas is. You feel me? I know what they got going on. I know they songs, but I do not listen to this shit.
Oh, okay. Well, then you can't.
I can't grade. I can't give it my insight.
Me personally, like other than Blxst, I'm listening to Blue Bucks when I'm riding around. When it comes down to West Coast music,
same. And I'm not saying that they're perfect or nothing. They didn't get an A. They got a B. They have room for improvement, and I'll tell them that, and I'll tell their manager that. But I do feel like they are talented, and I do feel like they pick dope beats, which is why they got that 10 and beat selection. Shout out to 1011, Ayo Mook, Resources, Baby.
Actually,
Baby
the Hit Boy song they did for them.
No, they would have had an A. They would have had an A.
I like that song a lot.
They would have had an A in versatility.
Crazy.
I'm not.
The Lil League, I fuck with that heavy.
Little League.
You know
I like the Zaytoven record they did. Can't Believe It.
That's
a non-LA produced song. I like that they did.
I mean, I just haven't got to it yet. I'm just overwhelmed with so much music.
You old as a motherfucker.
That too, and it's just overwhelming with so much music that dropped. It's like everybody like, bruh, get on it. But
you haven't heard their debut album?
I haven't got on it yet.
That's their album?
Debut album, Clanway 3, Capitol Records. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna get on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about my.
Pulling up to this party, bitch.
You know the party.
I like that.
Yeah, the only thing that album was missing, and I'll tell them this, is a little more substance. I want to hear a little, and we talked about this last year.
Yeah.
They can make some struggle records for the niggas that don't have it on certain days.
I don't want to hear that from that.
But why not? They're from the east side. They're from the low bottoms. I want to know what the low bottoms sound. Low bottoms don't sound like Dior and Fendi and Gucci. Make a few records, not your whole project, but on your debut album, you're supposed to have some records on there that tell us more about where you come from, the streets you grew up on, and your neighborhood, your block. I would like to hear that. That to me, that was the only thing that was missing from Clanway 3, their debut album.
Man, I feel embarrassed not knowing their music. So next time I come on this pod, I'm gonna be to listen to 4 of their albums.
Please do.
Lambo 4.
Yeah.
He coming up.
That's my dog. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He got a D+, but he made sure to tap in on the post and say he was just happy that he was on here. Shout out to Horn, who has a couple of dope artists, but Lambo 4 is popping off.
Should I interview him?
Lambo? He doing his thing.
Please, he signed to APG.
He just did a song with YG. Who else?
YG and was it Ty Allison?
I think YG and Ty. Yeah, he doing his thing.
I guess Adam finna interview him. I guess.
Adam about to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Lambo is
nigga, you do it too.
He's from Watts. I believe he's from Watts.
He from the The Jordan Downs over there.
Right. So he signed to APG, which is Artist Partners Group, I believe. He did the Tie-Dye remix last week with Blxst. So he has some motion, and he's dope. And obviously the Self-Esteem record, Kisses For Me, featuring NLE Choppa. Supposedly there's a Little Baby remix to it. So I'm looking forward to hearing that.
This next person I'm very proud of.
Yeah.
I just seen him at the premiere, and I was telling him,
House
I'm like,
party. Congratulations on that, too.
Man, thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I was very proud to see him because I randomly been hearing music from him.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn, bro, that's the homie. I heard some shit yesterday that he got a video for, and I'm like, yeah, bro, really doing this thing. Airplane James.
Yeah. Airplane James, Still Hurt out now is his most recent project. Low-Key Hurt dropped last year. After the report card, after he got a B last year, everybody was saying, who the fuck is Airplane James? So he used the report card as the cover art. So he's been on a roll since then, and he joined me. I do we're running it back this year. I do a ad called the New LA Rap Scene with Diamond Supply. Every year we're going to be doing it. So he was one of him, Jason Cash, Wallie the Sensei, and the late Key Riches. They did it last summer. So we're going to do it
Riches,
again.
man. R.I.P., man.
Rest in peace. We're going to do it again this year. But shout out to Airplane James. He got an 84, which is a B.
Zoe Osama. I like it.
Zoe one of my favorite right now, man.
Yeah.
Boot it up, little bitch. Boot it up.
That's what I said.
That was probably my favorite, one of my favorite songs of
last year. Yeah, I would
sure.
definitely say record of last year. LA record of last year.
Man,
who do y'all think is on the remix?
Bro.
He won't tell me. Who do you guys
I
think
seen
is on
your
the
tweet.
remix?
You was like, you want to get a whole West Coast remix?
I just want to hear. I want to know. But he said it's done. He said he got 3 verses. Or did he say 2?
I think T-Rell on there.
Why you laughing?
I know, because
No, see that laugh? That's that laugh I get.
You came up out your seat. But nah.
You acting like you already.
Shout out Zoe Osama, man. He doing his thing. He got a B-. All right, Ash Bash. I know she even happy to be on this list too.
I ain't gonna lie.
She's happy to be on this list for sure.
Ash Bash as a person, as a personality.
Yeah.
Is fucking amazing.
She's a hustler.
The Rico,
crazy.
Who Killed Rico?
Yeah, on the Boss Mac podcast, shout out to them.
No, I think Ash Bash is an incredible female artist, or just an artist, man. But she definitely has to work on her consistency. She definitely has to work on her consistency.
She will not put out full bodies. She'll drop something here and there, but she refuses to put out that project. And again, I come from that Amio, Just Read Up, Crenshaw, Mailbox Money.
Soon as she do it, it's over. Yeah, as soon as her grade raised tremendously, so I'm just trust you. I'm gonna trust you on all of those numbers because her consistency alone is fucking up everything else.
Yeah, single's not gonna do it. You gotta have that project.
Reason, very proud of Reason as well too.
Yes.
Man, Reason got a D+.
He hasn't put out music since 2020. He feels like he said I did this. He commented I did this for the clicks, like I would be getting clicks off of giving Reason a D. But he hasn't put out a project since 2020. But of course, he's part of TDE, so we know they move at a glacial pace. And so I'm sure his project could come out 2027, 2028.
Damn!
That's hilarious.
But he is talented. He can rap, and I can, maybe he raps in his car or walking around the house or something like that. But we don't get to hear it on wax.
Okay. At least you gave his lyricism a 9.
Yeah, he can rap his ass off. But we just don't get to hear it.
He can rap just as good as almost anybody on this list.
I think Boogie got him. I think Boogie got him, though. If you put him in a room, I feel like, and cut on a beat, I feel like Boogie might have him.
I don't know. Okay. Dollar Boy Mike.
Yeah, shout out to him.
I'm not familiar.
I have no idea who Dollar Boy Mike is, but I'm gonna check out everybody I don't know.
Because he has the Untitled, season series, as well as Let Me. What's it called? It's called Let Me. Anywho, check out the Untitled series. But he has a few mixtapes out, couple EPs. He is a rap singer. He is melodic. He has a lot of stuff with D Nice from League of Stars.
Okay,
that's his
shout out D Nice.
He got it.
Shout out D Nice.
I didn't say it was great music, but he does have music out. And so he is working with D Nice. And I sat in on a studio session recently and heard some unreleased stuff. So shout out to Dollar Boy and D Nice and their new situation.
Rucci is dope, man.
Absolutely. One of our most, this is the word I'm looking for, underrated artists. Overlooked. That's what I'm looking for. Overlooked. He's definitely overlooked. But he's doing the Hot Shot tour with G Perico, 30 city tour. So that should help. He did another tour with G Perico last year, and he did his own tour, and he closed it out at the Roxy with a sold-out show. So shout out to
I think he should do more shit like Light It Up, man. That's what really, him and Chike, I both heard them I started fucking with that music at the same time on that shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah, absolutely. He needs to work with better producers, but he's working with Bankroll Got It now. He has the new Lamb
Shout
Chop.
out to Bankroll.
Right, he has a new Lamb Chops record out now. That dropped after the report card. So I'm looking forward to hearing new music from him. But El Perro 2 was one of the best rap mixtapes we got last year. I'll say that. But he just has to be promoted better and just some more vigor, probably.
Baby Stone Gorillas.
What did they get?
B minus.
B minus 80, yep.
Military alone is fucking amazing.
Yeah, they just dropped the second one.
Oh, Military 2?
Right. So,
I gotta check that out.
So yeah. I definitely want to say that Baby Stone Gorillas, they have motion, and I love the Do It Up record. I do want to hear more of those type records as far as crossover records or records that aren't super overtly blood out type records, you get what I'm saying? Gangbang records. I want to hear more fun records from them. But their project, The Military, is out now. Check it out, please. And they have Baby Stone Gorillas 2 dropping on 420. So they dropping back to back. They're very consistent.
HBK Jachi.
Jachi,
I'm not familiar.
Yes.
Gotta put respect on.
I saw, who did he do? I didn't watch his interview, but he was up here. He did do an interview with somebody.
Okay.
Excuse me. So
yeah, we gotta tap into him too.
Right,
Yeah,
he has the
tap
shady.
in.
He has the shady freestyle, Vanilla Cream Soda record. He works a lot with the producer No Limit Austin. Kalen Ferrell's on his last project, The People's Champ. Please tap in with him. Jachi's hard. He was on my LA freshman cover last year, presented by Pro Club. So make sure you check in. He was in a wheelchair on the cover. He actually got shot not too long before it, but he still came in. The crazy part is he was the first person there. Out of all the artists, he was the first person there in a wheelchair. So shout out to him. He's determined.
All right, there's a lot of F's on his other side.
On the back.
Oh, bye. I don't even got the other side.
Yeah.
Well, pass it to him.
Okay.
No, I'm playing. You could look.
Frosty.
Oh, shit.
You gave Frosty an F.
Yes. Frosty got an F. Frosty hasn't put out a project in many years.
Wasn't he in jail or something, I think?
He's
I
been
don't
to
know.
jail. He's been shot. He's been through things, but he hasn't put out a project in many years.
We got to just run through this list. This is all F's.
It's all F's.
on this
No,
side.
it's not all F's. It's some good. Don't do that. It's some good grades.
It's a lot
on
of
there. Don't do that.
I feel like
don't say
the
that.
second side, he said, man, fuck these niggas. Ugh.
Frosty F.
Not,
You all right?
not everybody
Move
on
on.
here is an F. Not everybody on the second side is an F. That's
All right,
propaganda.
One take J.
Yeah, he got a B minus. See right there.
Fucking one take.
Yeah, he's
Hey,
very
hold
lyrical.
up.
He's very lyrical. One of our best lyricists, as far as if you put him in a room, cut on a beat, he's gonna spaz. The records could be better, and he could be getting more on the promotion front as well, in my opinion, and just be marketed like he has the kids, but I want to see him marketed to the adults more too. You get what I'm saying? Like he can make records for us as well. You can make records for the kids and for TikTok, but you can throw out a few records for us grown and sexy folks too.
Okay.
To pre-grams. I'm not
Out
familiar.
of Long Beach, please tap in
Okay.
with him. He only has an F because his presence is not there. He doesn't show his face and whatnot, but he does make dope music.
Okay, you have Absol here, and this man is 1 point away from an F, and this is very
This
disrespectful to Los Angeles, California, and the hip hop, you know what I'm saying, and rappers in general.
He went 6 years
And
without putting out a
I'm saying,
project.
That has nothing to do.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with music, right?
Well, it does.
It's
I
the
mean,
music
but
business. You gotta have music.
we're not gonna give him a D minus for not coming out with an album.
For 6 years, I'm not.
Versatility definitely got to be higher.
He makes a part.
Well,
when the last time you been to a party, you heard him.
lyricism 10.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
how you say it, to be in the party?
Different ranges. You go party, you go club, you go radio records, you go lady
Okay,
records,
okay.
you go conscious records. He makes those. You got
I'll say he got different levels of conscious records.
right. Yeah, but
He make you think. Like when I'm listening to Ab, I ain't trying to party. I'm driving in my car.
Right.
I'm getting some game, or you feel me? I'm gonna think outside the box.
He dropped the
some
Herbert.
real rapper shit.
He dropped the Herbert project at the very end of last year in December. It had the No Report Card record on there. I thought it was a dope rap performance from him. He is very talented, but again, if you go 6 years without putting out an album, when it comes to consistency, I can't give you a 10. That's crazy.
No, you can't give him a 10. I mean,
And that
it's
hurt
fair.
his
I mean,
brain.
Impact is 7.
just say you don't
Impact
like-
is 8, 9.
You personally don't like how TDE distributes, take their time and tries to be impactful.
I feel like it hurts the coast. I feel like it sets a bad example. Our best rappers, our top dogs, no pun intended, don't put out music. So why do a new LA rapper like a Yellow Boy or somebody like that have to put? I don't have
But
to
I'm
put out
not
a
rapping
project.
for you and the coast. I'm rapping for me and how I love music.
Right,
It's
what's
not
a
rapping
lot-
for me to
what's a lot-
save the coast.
Right,
And it's
well,
less is more?
And that's the difference. This is about saving the coast. I could do a lot. It's a lot of things I could do that would benefit me that would have nothing to do with LA. But it's about who's going to be the people to stand up and say, I'm doing this for the city. I'm doing this to change us so that we don't have Compton TG going to jail for catching cases because the LA rap scene doesn't have an economy and there's no money out here in the LA rap scene. So we do need people to be a little less selfish and think less of themselves and think more about the community.
I would say it's not too much on the rapper, just LA period is just dangerous. And then you have the LA clubs. Where can I go?
It's fucked up right now.
Everybody get robbed. I can't wear chains. I can't do none of that. So it's not the.
I'm not blaming it solely. I'm not blaming it solely, but they definitely have some fault in it, in my opinion. I feel like if our top dogs put out more music and were more aggressive and more interested in music, it would trickle down to the younger artists. They look up to you guys. So when J-Rock take 5 years to put out an album, and Schoolboy Q take 4 years to put out an album, and he out over here golfing, and Kendrick take 5 years to put out an album, and Absol take 6 years to put out an album, that to me, that trickles down. I see that pattern happening in new artists. I see new artists that never put out a project. We see Ash Bash not putting out a project. We see new LA artists not putting out music. We see Frosty not putting out music. But why should I have to put out music? Absol just went 6 years and you perfectly fine with it. So why should I have to put out music?
When you put out a great body of work, I mean, if you're down for 5 years and the music is great, I mean, don't judge me on the 5 years I was down. Judge me on the music I put out.
And he has less to prove because when he drops, they're gonna give him the full rollout. They're gonna put it in front of everybody. Face the impact is gonna be there. You know, a lot of other people don't have that situation like that. I feel like they should be working 20 times harder than like Absol.
Okay, now let's watch this. Jay-Z put out an album in 96. Jay-Z put out an album in 97. Jay-Z put out an album in 98. Jay-Z put out an album in 99. Jay-Z put out an album in 2000. Jay-Z put out an album in 2001. Jay-Z put out an album in 2002. Jay-Z put out an album in 2003. Jay-Z put out an album in 2004. So the greatest put out music. Lil Wayne went on a whole run, put out music, mixtapes, features for everybody. Drake puts out music. The top dogs in the music business put out music. It's like being a weed man with no weed. You can't say you sell weed and every time I hit you, you don't have no weed.
I think a lot of people are more afraid now because, I mean, let's keep it real. All album sales is down.
Okay.
People are not selling those 500, 600,000 anymore first week unless you Taylor Swift or somebody. And what that's telling people is, you know what, maybe we should move from hip hop as a whole or put the money somewhere else because it is business at the end of the day. So, you know, for people, a lot of people on this list, with us being West Coast and regional, you feel me? You got to work 50 times harder to try to get any type of shine in this music industry. It's a fucked up time to be a musician.
Let's cancel it. Why
I'm
saying let's cancel it. If it's so hard and there's so many stipulations and excuses and it's impossible to be an LA rapper and put out LA rap music, let's cancel LA rap. No more LA rap. Let's all just gangbang and crip walk and do whatever else that we're gonna do. Let's no more rap because it's so impossible to be an LA rapper and go in the studio and rap and put out rap music and promote it creatively and then to repeat that. When I'm asking, it's too much for people, so let's not do it anymore.
Fuck it, let's cancel them.
It's over. LA rap is through.
I go to Atlanta.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
NCognita.
What did you say?
NCognita?
Godly.
NCognita?
Oh, my bad.
That's Rimble's cousin.
He's gonna be hot.
That's Rimble's cousin. That's she. That's Rimble's cousin.
Oh,
yeah.
she's
gonna be
look
hot.
at y'all. That's terrible.
I don't know who she is.
You called her a nigga.
She gonna be mad that you gave her F.
No, she was happy. She was happy about it.
What you talking about?
She was happy about it.
Okay, let's start this over.
Incognita.
Okay, let's start it over.
I put some respect in your name.
Incognita.
She's Rimble's cousin. I gotta listen to it.
She signed to Sony.
Okay.
I came across her on the Radar freestyle series, and she was gassing it up. And
bars.
Yeah, absolutely bars. She's from the Crenshaw district.
Okay.
And make sure you tap in with her. But the music is scarce, as with most women rappers from LA that swear that they deserve so much platforms and XYZ, but they don't have any music for us to support. They want support, but you go on Apple Music or Spotify or Tidal or what have you, whatever.
They don't put anything out.
There's no music
and
out. They just want you to go on the Instagram.
I call her nigga Tita. My bad. I'm sorry.
And
Incognita.
Shout out to her though.
Incognita.
Right. Vince Staples, man.
Yeah.
I agree. Vince Staples, man. I don't think that he get a lot of credit as well. He does his thing. His impact, maybe not on West Coast music, but as music as a whole, he got a crazy fucking fan base behind the scenes.
Absolutely. He's been killing it on Abbott Elementary. That's one of my favorite shows as an actor, so it's dope to see, and that's why
he has a recurring role on there?
Yes, he's playing Maurice, which is Janine's new love interest. And so the branding was definitely a 10. Yeah.
Don't he got a Netflix show coming?
No, but
Netflix show coming with Kenya Vera, so that could go either way. But his
flow should have a better grade. And
I agree.
I feel like
music video should have a better
He
grade.
doesn't give his flow enough effort. I feel like I could hear it. Like when even the Magic record he did with Mustard, I can hear him not giving
I love that one too.
I can hear him, it's dope, right? But I can hear him not giving a fuck in the booth. As somebody who has been a part of
he gave a fuck, and I think it was like a different thing.
I think he dumbed it down so he could try to be more mainstream.
I hear him being over making music on a lot of records. And so I took that away because I can hear that in the flow. The enthusiasm is there, the energy is not there. Me personally, I don't get that from him. I don't get energy and enthusiasm and excitement for rap from his
Maybe
flow.
because he have a lot of motherfuckers like you critiquing his music, and he probably like, fuck y'all.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
like, probably tired. He's probably just tired.
That's like being mad at your mom, and then you like, oh, I'm not going to eat dinner tonight. I'm going to just slam my door and go to bed. Like, you only hurting yourself. Good night, nigga. Like, you feel me? Okay.
Philly Blunts.
Philly Blunts, yes. He is from Palmdale. So I did make sure I got somebody from the Antelope Valley that's still LA County.
That ain't LA.
Yeah,
it's LA County.
It's technically LA County. So if I have Long Beach people and Compton people and Inglewood people and XYZ, you have to. So I made sure I had somebody, because that was a big critique last year. Like, you ain't show no love to the Valley, da-da-da-da-da. So Philly Blunts is on there.
Okay, and he has an
F. He didn't. He got
okay. F. He has 58 points. I would say he did his thing.
I would hate to be the only person from the Palmdale, and they're like, damn, I got an F.
But he doing his thing.
I tried to put somebody from that region on there.
Okay. Cool Corleone, my young nigga, man.
Yeah, he got a D-. I feel like the music could be a lot better. And I'll leave it at that because he likes to say my opinion doesn't matter. So I'll leave it at that. I just personally feel like
I just heard some shit the other day.
And
he just had a concert too. Seemed like he sold it out. I'm proud of him.
Congratulations to him. I was the first person to post it. His manager, Shep, texted me at like 1 in the morning, text me the footage. I posted it. Coop commented like, yeah, you see I'm selling out shows. That's why your opinion don't matter. I'm like, okay, nigga, I'm the only person to post this, first person to post this, whatever. But whatever. Shout out to Coop. To me personally, I feel like, and this is what I told him, and I'll tell him to his face or whatnot, the lyrics could be better and the flow could be better. He has the hustle, definitely.
You like that attention from these big artists, huh? That you
big artists?
But from artists, period. That
okay,
you know what I'm saying? You
implicate that.
Yeah,
word.
From artists, period. You know what I'm saying? You're doing something impactful, I guess, for the culture, and then they're tuning in. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say I like that attention. I would say that maybe they like to give me that attention. I wouldn't say I like that attention. I like ice cream and like chips and stuff. I don't like that.
Well, one thing I can say is that
we can tell.
I feel like
funny. That's fine.
I gotta set you up, man. Come on.
Yeah, one thing I can say, that's so stupid. One thing I can say though, bro, is that at least you putting fire under everybody to work harder for the coast. So even if you don't agree with you or not, you trying to make a better place for the coast. So I really believe
that's all I'm trying to do. This doesn't really benefit me too much. All it does is benefit the city. I get a lot of pushback, a lot of hate, whatnot, but I know with my heart and with my mind, more importantly with my mind, that I have great intentions. So that's that.
All right, Chuck, the game,
who dropped Dramatic last year. That's why he's on. A lot of people are like, why he's on. I'm like, well, he did come with Dramatic. I didn't want to dismiss him or leave him out. He is a legend. He is. I don't want to say underrated, but he's overlooked. That's the word I want to go with.
You know why? Because it's just every time his name is mentioned,
it's social media shit.
It's social media bullshit. It's just like some
instead of talking
shit.
about music, huh?
Yeah, it's just some social media bullshit. It's like whatever the case may
be. As far as rapping and shit, he gonna deliver every time.
Right. What I would like to see from him is some new artists. I want to see some artists break some artists. You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I know it's not Black Wall Street anymore. I think it's Prolific Entertainment or whatnot.
No, they got Numinati, I think now.
Oh, well, see, it keeps switching. So whatever his label is, I would love to see him sign some new artists from the West Coast, develop him because he is a great writer. He knows how to make great bodies of work. Obviously, the documentary, Doctor's Advocate, LAX. I love all three of those albums. So I want to see him come out with some new artists.
So how do you feel about Death Row signing all these artists?
I feel like that's what happened when what's going on with the new Death Row regime, minus Miss Jane Hancock, who's an R&B singer. I do like her. Their first lady of Death Row, the Miss Jane Hancock. She's definitely dope. Soul singer. Amazing. But in terms of hip hop, I feel like that's what happened when you have a lot of older Black people at the hems of things that I would like to see younger Black people.
So they need somebody picking some young, fresh talent.
You don't do a new Death Row and then go sign Tay F. Third. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's counterproductive to LA. That's not going to push us forward. Having Taya Third as a death row artist is not going to get LA to the next level. He came out when I was in middle school, the Miss Me, Kiss Me stuff, all that stuff. It did not work. It has not worked. Big Boy goes and signs him. It did not work. It has not worked. Now Snoop comes back on a new death row and you sign Taya Third. It's like a slap in the face to LA, in my opinion. It shows a lack of decorum.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Dom Kennedy. One of my personal favorites to this day.
Yeah, definitely. He could step it up some, but especially
he need to drop more.
Not just drop more. When he drops, he needs to, because some people don't even know he have music out when he drops. He needs to promote it more and market himself more, especially coming from that era where that's what people did. You feel me? They had rollouts and stuff when he was putting out records. So to me, he's a marketing genius.
Yeah, like the Yellow album. And
right. I just don't see him promoting his stuff he dropped from the West Side with Love 2, which had a terrible cover. Not from the West Side with Love 2. From the West Side with Love 3, the most recent.
Oh, okay.
From the West Side with Love 2 is
that's
the debut
blue
album.
one, right?
The blue and orange one, that's 2. That's the phenomenal.
Kind of like the doggy style writings and stuff.
Yeah, the fonts and stuff. Yeah. But then the new one from the West Side with Love 3 is just the cover art was terrible. There wasn't really any marketing materials. It was lackluster. It's like, come on, bro, don't do us like that.
Okay.
Don't do the fans like that.
X4.
Oh, but hold on, he can just run through all these Fs.
Yeah, they're down.
It's not all Fs on that page.
No, just run through the Fs that you got.
X4.
Free him. He's back in jail.
Is this Chink?
Chink
with a
Chink got an F. Well, shout out Chink.
Yeah, My Crazy Roll got an F. Never put out a project. He's been out on the scene for many years. Never put out a project to this day. He signed a Republic Records, though. They signed him, having him never put out a project, so he still has not put out a project.
And I interviewed him too, and his music is great. Everything that I've heard. So
from Swish
My Crazy Roll, he's hard.
Shout out to Marlo.
So we need him to have a project so he can get up there and arrange, because he definitely has it all. I think, in my opinion.
Shout out Dirk.
YS.
It's my young nigga, man.
He dropped the project in the end of last year, but I just wasn't feeling it too much. A lot of Detroit beats. And we know how I feel about that. K-Boy, that was it's Joe Moses. He got a B-. Shout out to Joe Moses. K-Boy got an F, but we talked about that. I pulled up on Shakaware. We had a whole.
You had to pull up on K-Boy.
Yeah, on camera. We had an on-camera breakdown. It was a cordial conversation.
I mean, the fact that K-Boy is on.
The
fact that K-Boy is on here because
it's great.
Before I was even doing music, K-Boy was already doing music
with G Malone and all them.
Yeah, so the fact that you still even put him on here now, it means that he's bringing his round. So
he dropped the project. He dropped his first project in 10 years. That's the type of shit I have to deal with LA rappers. They go 10 years without putting out a project. And then he wanted to be on the report card last year. He felt like I left him off the report card last year. But I'm like, you haven't put out a project in almost a decade. So he put out his first project in 10 years. And shout out to him. He's leveled up. He's leveled up. He's going to continue to level up.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing his thing.
But according to you, that's not an issue. According to you,
I mean, he had
according to you can take 20, 30 years to put up. He had a family member
die. He got shot. It's a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I can't go there. I can't go there with him. It ain't just like he didn't want to record music. Probably was stressed, depressed, all type of shit. Got to go to a therapist. Yeah, shit happens. So I can't go there with him. You feel me?
All right.
Shout out my boy K-Boy.
Mad North. Not familiar.
Yes, he got a couple songs, Static, Detroit Flow. He's worked with Chike. He's worked with Phoenix Flex, and he's worked with different artists. He just got to step up his flow, step up his bars, step up everything. K-Johns is from Westmont. He dropped a new record this morning, I believe, with a visual called Goals. He's dope. He dropped the Salute Me or Shoot Me project last year. I feel like he can rap, but the hooks, it don't be no hooks on his songs, and I hate that. Like I'm looking for that hook. I'm looking for some more promotion from him, and I'm looking for some more features. But he did work with BlueBucks a couple years ago. That's how I first knew who he was. He dropped a song called Like This, I believe, with BlueBucks. And he has a couple songs with Weezy GB out.
ASM Bobster. So I ain't gonna lie. I've been back in the club scene. Mm-hmm. I've been hearing, baby, I like the way. I've been hearing that every year, multiple times.
Yeah, that's one record though. Yeah, what about the
rotation?
That
shit
shit
hard
I like
too.
the rotation
record.
Shit. That's my favorite record
Bob,
of his rotation.
I think Bob, he gonna be promising. I think he gonna deliver.
Because when I listened to him, before I clicked it, I thought he was going to be going crazy. I didn't expect that from him. You know what I'm saying?
He got them club bangers, man.
So he definitely
got the
party
club music.
He definitely got. He's definitely there for sure.
Yeah, you can't say necessarily club music because I wouldn't call it club music because it's a lot of dissing. in some of the records.
Golly.
Not just the lead single. So I would say
Shit.
party music. There's a difference between party music and club music. Club music
Yeah.
has to be universal. You got to be able to have whoever in the club.
It's true.
You know, party is tailor-made because we know who I invited to this party versus the club. You know what I'm saying? So party.
Wallie the Sensei.
My dog.
He doing his thing, man.
Yeah, signed to Capitol Records, Stay Dangerous, Capitol Records.
03 Flow. Enough said.
Yeah, I wanted a remix for that, man. But shout out to Wallie. He is talented. He's he's very bluesy too. He tells a story in his music.
Big Sad 1900.
Sad doing his thing.
Could be doing a lot better.
You like his new project he just dropped?
I didn't care for Die Legend. I reposted it on all my platforms, and I did an amazing write-up on it, and he thanked me for it, but I hope he took a chance to really read that write-up because I feel like he's hit or miss. Certain songs will be dope, and then he'll come with some bullshit on the next track. I want him to be consistent on that front as far as making sure he gives his A-game to every record. Treat your fans, treat us fans right. You get what I'm saying?
I would say you're probably right on like Brandon and music videos.
Yeah, and the
Mostly-
rollouts could be a lot better.
Yeah,
The rollouts
and-
could be
I
a lot
agree,
better. He'll do a billboard
unless-
and post it and link
yeah.
in bio, and that's not
Mhm.
cool. And he even
Everything
said
else is
on
great.
Die Legend, he says, "Fuck a rollout." I was listening to his music. He said, "Fuck a rollout."
I feel
I'm
like the
God
streets
damn.
is banging his shit. But
Mhm.
like me personally, when I'm like, if I glance at Instagram, then I'm like, oh, he got some new out, then that's how I see it.
Okay,
It need to be more out there.
I agree.
For real, for real.
But that's a lot of artists on
Yeah.
Empire because it's not really any marketing for LA artists on Empire.
How did 03 Greedo get in here?
He dropped the project. That's the only artist, because I finished this, I want to say, before Christmas 2022. Dropped it January 11th, but he dropped this project the first week of January. So he's the only artist that I went back, opened the file, and added on there. So
Okay.
Greedo dropped the project with Mike Free from jail right before he dropped. He was
Mhm.
already coming
Okay.
home, but so he dropped the project, so I had to put him on there.
And I think Greedo gonna come tear this shit up, man.
Absolutely,
You
he's
know
one
what
of
I
our
mean? He
most prominent artists.
Yeah, when he drop, he may lead the West Coast, man.
And he didn't get an F because it's not just F's on the back. What did Greedo get?
Greedo got a
Give him
beat.
B.
He got a B, yeah. So it's good grades on the back.
Yeah,
of
he
the report
good.
card too on
He
all
good.
sides.
Jesse Janari.
Jesse Gennari, yes. He's a rapper / producer / engineer. He does it all.
I thought it was Jay Nari. I was about to say, what the hell? Jay Nari
rapping
on
now?
this shit? Golly.
You thought that was J Nari from
Jay
League of
Nari, sorry,
Stars?
Jay Nari.
From Drake and there? No.
Okay, my boy got a 63 points.
Yeah, he got an F. He hasn't put out a project in a while.
Ah, that shit is
It's not 63 points, 63%.
63%. Okay,
Right.
63%.
Yeah, it's not.
Um,
It's not added up, T-Rell. Like I've been noticing little notches where you've been trying to make it seem like
He
it's,
said you
it's,
stupid.
it's not. No, I have not said that. I just said you know that you add the sum up and then you divide it by the number of categories.
You still got to add it
It's
up.
averaged.
Yeah, but it's still mathematics.
I got what it's all math.
Okay,
It's
so
numbers.
Jay Stone.
Yeah, he got a 75 a C. He did the Gangsta Grills with Drama last year.
Shout out to Jay Stone.
Last year, shout out to him. The Hustle is there. He gets features from just about anybody he wants. We're just looking for some better songs. That's all.
Lil Bobby.
Lil Bobby, man, he had the Shootout record going crazy last summer. Everybody was singing it. I would just say that looking for that project. He did drop an EP, but I'm not an EP nigga. I like full bodies of work. You're not gonna appease me with the EP shit. The 4 or 5 song shit that don't work with me.
500 racks.
Yeah, she was the second
Is that
female
bigger
artist.
than like a dump
Dump truck. Yeah, she was the
back?
second female artist on the LA freshman cover presented by Pro Club last year. So it was 2 females, AJ the one and 500 racks. So she was on there. Personally, I feel like the music could be a lot better, but she does have hustle, and she did do the Dump Truck record with Tyga, things like that. The
Yeah.
West Side record with G Perico was cool. That's my favorite record by her.
Okay.
Oh yeah, okay. Sean Evie.
Sean Ev, man. Sean
I don't
Ev.
think
Sean Ev.
Sean Ev.
Sean Ev, the dripster, man. He makes dope music. He has the Unappreciated project out with Guilty Gil from the Crenshaw District. Just a vibe. 1K for life. He has his own brand, merch, clothing, all that. Make sure you tap in with him. Dope MC. Really dope MC.
I didn't see a lot of IE artists on this in the
Yeah,
Empire.
yeah,
You
Score.
didn't see any IE
Yeah,
artists on
none.
there because it says the LA rap report card across the top.
Also, we doing that to them.
No, I have
Okay.
I have an IE report
I
card
love
coming.
that.
I have an
I
IE
love
report
that.
card
Nigga,
coming.
IE ain't LA.
No,
Yeah.
I know because they be like, hold on, we not LA. Don't put me in that category.
And vice versa.
And I like that. I like that. I like that.
If I would love to post R3, like R3 just dropped a new video called Back. I would love to post it, but I have to make a separate day and IE or however.
You plan on doing that?
Yeah, I have an IE report card coming. I have a Bay report card dropping this weekend, as well as a food report card coming.
And
this
a food report
LA
card?
restaurant, all black owned restaurant.
I'm gonna take your advice on that one. Slide that motherfucking list.
Yeah, man. LA Black. Have you went to all of them?
Me and my team. It's not by DeJon.
Yeah.
It's not by DeJon Paul. It's by AD&LA staff. So it wants like this says by DeJon Paul. It'll say by AD and LA. My staff is to certain spots. I'm allergic to shellfish, so I can't eat certain.
What you gonna give my boy Taco Mill?
I don't want to get at that.
All right, say no more. Say no more. All right, man. This is
he gave Taco
Mill an F. I've had their food. I've had their food. It's good.
Oh man,
no salty.
Okay.
But I have acid reflux.
So what do you hope to accomplish out of all of this? Because I know you're doing this for the bigger picture. So I really want to know what your bigger picture is.
I hope to bring color, structure, and organization to the LA rap scene. I'm the first person to say on record, the first media person to say on record, I will be assisting LA in reviving itself. I want LA to be back on top. I will not sleep until the West Coast is back on top. I want us in the positions that we see in Atlanta or we see Detroit get in that position. We see Memphis position himself to be number one. I want us the top dog. I want our artists to have millions of monthly Spotify listeners, and instead of just Kendrick being Grammy nominated, I want 4 or 5 of our artists to get Grammy nominated. When you see XXL freshman cover, I want you to see 2 or 3 LA artists instead of 0 like last year. So what I'll be doing is facilitating that via the means of structure, color, and organization.
And for your podcast, because you can actually do it on your own, where do you put yourself in a category of originality and branding, just for your podcast alone?
You want me to grade myself?
Yeah, because you can actually put your you can actually get out there on your own. I would say, it's like what Russ does. You know what I mean? You can do this shit on your own. You know what I mean? You don't need an actual label. So you know what I'm saying? And you know, just with help. I mean, if you need help, man, you know what I'm saying, you can ask. But just for you doing it on your own, organically, you know what I'm saying, where would you put yourself at just as far as branding? You know what I'm saying?
Could you hand me my Dan Lane magazine, please?
Yeah, I will.
Would you pass it to me, please?
You want to?
Yes. Excuse me. Hold up my Dan Lane LA rap report card, weed packs. I think I'm pretty good at branding. This is my second time here. I think I'm pretty, and I don't rap, don't have a record out. I think I'm doing pretty good in branding. You didn't know about my podcast last year. You didn't know that I podcasted at all. So you didn't research your guests last year. And so that'll answer the question.
I did because you do with the girls. Okay,
you knew, but he didn't. Like, okay, so
yeah, I just know how to keep up a conversation.
I understand, but if I was to ask either of you, who was the first LA rapper I ever interviewed?
I'm not gonna care.
You're not gonna care about who you're interviewing? Your guess. That's my point.
And that's why I said I don't. But I just want to know what you. I would just want to know about this.
I don't have a podcast.
So if I was just an interview, I just would want your take on. You know what I'm saying, these artists and why you put them on here. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
That's not how it went last year. You guys asked me about it.
Because he was so aggressive. I didn't know why. I didn't know.
Ass nigga.
He threw you under the bus.
I don't know why. But I wasn't here trying to fight you. These niggas was all aggressive. And you got all
now it comes out. Now the truth comes out.
Yeah, you see him?
Now the truth comes out.
And then you was all mad that Gina came. That I'm gonna leave packing this shit up. When she came, I
doing
know what's going on.
Impersonation.
Bro, I didn't know what was going on. I was just there. And then you called a nigga employee. I said, he mad.
I did that happen before. But
look,
do we gotta pull it on and see how you said it?
Look,
I'm a motherfucking boss. Who the fuck you talking to?
That was my ringtone.
Yeah, that's your ringtone.
That was my ringtone for a couple months.
Hey, but look. But then I transitioned. If you look at
your whole ass up. Why was you so aggressive over there?
Y'all got to get on one accord, man. Y'all got to get on one accord, man.
No, we on one accord. He can do that.
You know,
everybody can't do that.
On the independent level, I would just want to know, like, what you think you can. You know what I'm saying? What do you need on branding?
I'll let you guys answer that. These artists didn't grade themselves. I grade them, so I'll let somebody else grade how they feel about my media platform or my hustle. I don't worry about that. The price of tea in China. I'm focused on these LA rappers. I graded 56 LA rappers. Make sure you check them all out. Check out their music. Support them if you like it.
That's it. Well, my boy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right, man. DeJon, man, thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me. LA Rap Report Card out now.
I ain't doing this shit with T-Rell no more.
Progress Report Card coming in June.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to shout out before we get out of here?
No, that was it.
That's it. We out.